Listen up. The soap you shower with? You probably haven't even questioned what bar soap you lather up with. Let's face it, most guys don't. They're still using whatever bar their mommy bought for her little man. Is that what you want? To smell like mama's little man? But now you can upgrade your shower game with Dr. Squatch Natural Soap. I'm talking about natural, nourishing, cold-pressed hand-cut soap for men. Men who use their hands. Men who build things. Men who open the pickle jar on the first try. Men who catch foul balls without spilling their beer. You won't just smell good either. Your skin will be healthier and more nourished. Dare I say, soft. Oh, men aren't supposed to have soft skin? Yeah? Well, men weren't supposed to cry during movies. And then they made the movie Rudy. He's so little. You want to smell like the forest? Boom. Pine tar. We've got you. You want to smell like the sea? Boom. Nautical sage. We've got you. You want to smell like you just got off a boat in the Caribbean? Boom. Bay rum. We've got you. And with six more cents, we've got you covered no matter what kind of man you are. Now you're wondering why I've been doing it wrong for so long. During the First World War, big soap started taking out all the natural ingredients to make production cheaper and faster. And they replaced all the natural stuff with chemicals. Chemicals like sodium lauryl sulfate, parabens, and dioxane. Chemicals linked to depression, liver damage, cancer, and low sperm count. And worst of all, dry skin. Oh. Your poor balls, all dry, empty, and sad. But there's good news. We make our soaps with natural ingredients from the earth. Ingredients like oils, plants, goat's milk, Greek yogurt, oatmeal, shea butter, and citrus. No. Turn your shower game up to 11. With the smooth lather of gold moss or the exfoliating woodsy bliss that is pine tar. Get ready to step out of the shower feeling alive. Still not sure? Here's a couple reviews from real customers. Joseph S. says,
"This is the perfect bar of soap. It's like it was handcrafted in the Northwest Forest by beautiful tiny elves."
Oh, tiny elves isn't enough for you? Well, here's another review from Michael A.
It makes you feel like you just stepped out of a mountain stream, and Squatch was there to hand you the towel.
Time for you to get the right tool for the job, because you're worth it, my friend. We ship it right to your door. And with a 100% satisfaction guarantee, if it's not the best bar soap you've ever used, it's on us. Tens of thousands of men already subscribe. Which means that every month, fresh new bars of Squatch show up at their door. Click the link for Dr. Squatch Natural Soap. Real soap for real men. Or don't. And continue to be mommy's little helper.
That's a wrap.
All right. Nice. Nice. Did he click it yet? Did he click the link? He hasn't clicked the link? I would have heard about the dry, sad balls. Man, what's this guy doing? Click the link, man. Step up your shower game.
Good evening, race fans. Welcome to Turn 3 Racing Network. Here we are getting set, Rick, for the TRJkarting.com Blazing Pedals Truck Series and we are live here from Kansas. Rick, how are you, buddy? I'm doing great, doing very, very good, in fact. So, we've got Terry Foster with us here tonight. And Terry, did you do your grid walk?
I don't know how it worked. I kind of asked Corey about his goals for this season. Plain and simple, guys, get his first win. I kind of picked Corey because he was also part of that anniversary deal of last week's being our first race with Blazing Pedals. And I asked him how he felt the league was going now compared to then. He says more structure, like what the admin team's doing. And the racing has gotten a lot better, he says. So I have to agree with him on all that. Quick 3, a favorite car. He likes the Toyota Tundra 1794. I'm not sure what that is, but that's what he likes. I asked him his favorite movie. And guys, this is your neck of the woods, Super Troopers.
Oh, yeah.
Meow. Hey, meow. And kind of a stuck on the island question, I stayed with him. He wants his PC with Wi-Fi. So that's Corey Sherman, like I said, driver of the number 3 car, 18th in points. Couple things I want to go over, guys. Next week, All-Star race, guys. All-Star race. We're slated to have 15 cars for next week. We're only going to have 14 because yours truly will make it official. We'll be sitting up there in the broadcast booth with you guys.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
I don't know if you guys have been paying attention here the last 2 weeks there at Bristol and Dover last week, but we're starting to get a little rival, guys, between the 24 and the 44. It's give and take, trying on both of them, and no, it's just getting a little rival between the guys. And you know, I think that's what this league needs, a little bit of that. So kind of keep an eye out for those two if they get together to see if there's any give and take this week, and you know, hopefully we'll have a dang good race out of it.
That's awesome, man. So what are your thoughts for this race? How's the truck feeling for the 86 tonight?
The 86 felt good. It's a little loose in the daylight. I'm hoping, Mark says it's going to get loose at night, but I don't know, man. I'm comfortable. I just wish I had more time on the track, but this week with the setup we have, we're just going to, I'm not even going to qualify, guys. I'm going to start in the back and just kind of pace myself around the track tonight. Like I said, I haven't had the time to practice. I really don't want to be in the way of these guys that has had time to practice.
Well, from the back, you can work your way forward, so good luck to you, bud.
Yeah, I can't get any worse, right?
It's been an awful run for you. You and Dolan Kilroe both have had an extreme bout of bad luck lately, so hopefully that turns around.
Well, I'll give you guys a heads up. Mark just come in and told me a little bit ago, if I blow my motor tonight, I have to run the My Little Ponies next week.
That could be my fault.
And you know what? Like a fool, I said, yeah, I'll do it, man, if I blow my motor. So we got to keep that motor running tonight, guys, so the 86 is keep with that Kodiak next week. Well, I'm not running next week, but you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Very
but
cool.
that's all I got.
No, that's awesome, man. Hey, listen, good luck tonight, Terry. Hope you have a good time out there. Don't pop that motor. That's the last thing you want to do.
Yeah, you're right. A pink car, I don't think so.
All right, Terry Foster, driver of the 86, and next week will be up here in the broadcast booth with us. Thank you very much once again, Terry, and good luck tonight.
Thanks.
Terry Foster. Good guy. Very, very good guy, Rick.
Very good guy. And, you know, Terry, I mean, I know you're running a paint that I made you, and you're proud of it. I appreciate that. But listen, Mark Arthur has been in that My Little Pony truck before and actually done very well. So it could be a godsend for you.
It'll be something else. Let's talk about points for just a minute here, Rick, because they're getting there. We've got Jamie Walker up front there. He's had 7 starts, 4 different pulls, 4 top 5s, and 2 wins. Hank Costin sitting in 2nd place. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin sitting in 3rd. Derek Polson, Ian Habiuk rounding out the top 5. Ashton Slice sitting in 6th spot. Dalton Kilrow somehow is running in 7th place, although the last 3 weeks, man, he has had terrible luck. Ty Morosco sitting in 8th. Jeff Hartline 9th. And Brian McRae rounding out the top 10. Then you've got Aaron Bockover, Terry Foster, Nick Rose, Todd Hatcher, Blake Decker, Philip Walling, Corey Sherman, Brian Dees, Marshall Newton, and Nick O'Kay. And that rounds out the top 20. And man, these guys have been pushing pretty hard. So I bet you every single one of them out there can't wait to get to next week, kind of that all-star race, and see what they can do.
I mean, that's kind of the cool thing, Chris. Tonight is the halfway point toward the season, so it's been a long start so far, and we're going until about end of October. So next week's kind of cool, and I look forward to that race and having Terry up here in the booth with us.
All right, guys, we've got about 4 minutes left before we get this one going under the qualifying section. So what have we talked about? We've talked about the fact that the trucks are a little bit loose here tonight so far, and hopefully they're going to tighten up a little bit here as the sun goes down. We've talked about the All-Star race next week. I think that just about covers it. Oh, stage racing. Hey, it's a stage race. Let's bring that graphic up. So, let's see. Tonight we are sitting at Kansas. That means we have scheduled 3 different tire stops. Lap 45, lap 90 are going to be your stages. And then a 90-lap shootout to the end. All-Star races next week. Then we head to Charlotte, Martinsville, Gateway, and Lucas Oil. Getting ready to end. Way out there, Rick. October 27th when we're slated to end.
Yeah, I mean, and that race is something that's cool that Blazing Pedal does. They actually take all the tracks that they've run, minus the road courses and the super speedways, they put them up to vote, and that's where the championship ending race, or the series ending race, is going to be. So that's going to be kind of cool. I love how they do that, and I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I am too. It's going to be a good one for sure. Skittles saying everything sounded great. Awesome.
All right.
We worked very, very hard, and man, oh man, are we ready to go. Derek Paulson coming in the pits. Looks like he may be just about done with practice. Where we look at Jamie Walker. Jamie Walker has been on an absolute tear the last few weeks. Last week didn't have the week that he was looking for, but the 88 back out on track, and he is leading the way here during practice. The 88 has the fast lap so far, a 30.172 as his fast lap here during practice. Now, when the sun goes down, things are going to change, but right now, man, he is looking good once again. Dakota Todd in the 8 truck, he is sitting second. William Locklear in the 78 sitting in third. Dr. Squatch seems to be taking over the lead as we've got another new Squatch brother out there, Kyle Wellman in the 46. As Brian is pointing out on YouTube, Brian, that's why I had to run a Dr. Squatch commercial when we first got on the air. Jacob Sayers in the 39, still not on track, but looks like he is in fact running a Dr. Squatch truck.
I just want to say, I mean, I'm all set for the race tonight, Chris. I mean, I got up early. I went and did some work at work today, mowed the lawn, did some landscaping. But when I came home after being all hot, sweaty, and itchy, I, of course, got into the shower with my Dr. Squatch. I was using cedar citrus. I love that. and used my shampoo on my little stubble, because you know me, I keep my head shaved, but there's a little stubble. And of course, I put on my trjkarting.com t-shirt on there for tonight, so I'm ready to go, man.
Very good. And of course, Rick, we know what your t-shirt looks like, because, well,
We do.
it's on
And
screen.
you still have the schedule up on the screen, by the way.
I know, it's there. It's
Okay.
that delay. You're catching that delay.
I love the delay.
So do I.
There we go. But yeah, last week, man, Jamie Walker, what a heartbreaker, Chris. I mean, he was doing so well, dominating, and then got into a couple of cautions and didn't have a really good night. But look at Dakota Todd. You know, last week, he was at the right place at the right time. So it's going to be interesting to see what he can do. I mean, Kansas is kind of a fun track. It's one of those cookie cutter style tracks, but it's pretty fast. I think we're going to have some good racing here tonight.
Yeah, I think we're in for a good one, and it's starting to wind down here as we've got about 5 seconds left of practice. We've got qualifying right around the corner, and we're going to be watching for that day to night transition as it's already starting to happen. You can see the sun starting to set, different color in the sky, and it changes over into qualifying just like that.
Jaden Dahlberg, the first one that's going out there for the qualifying run, is number 36, Chris.
36 looking to try and get it up to speed. It looks like a couple other drivers may be starting to hit the track. Dalton Kilrow also going to be pulling out. Jacob Sayers is lining up. Blake Decker out on track. So we've got 3 out there. Make it 4 as William Locklear also joining the fray. Jaden Dahlberg out there in that light blue number 36, and he crossed the start finish line, so he is on the timer right now. Jaden Dahlberg looking to have a good finish here tonight.
The A&L Property Services number 36 looking good, Chris. Now, one thing about Kansas, it's going to take these trucks at least a lap to 2 to get up to speed. So this first lap, not going to be the greatest, but it'll set the tone for the night as he crosses that start-finish line for the 30.857.
That's good enough for first, and Dalton Kilrow in the 24. He takes it over on his first lap of 30.829. Lots of trucks out there now, just about the whole field out there qualifying at this point. Blake Decker in the 92 is taking second spot, a 30.828. And Rick, different kind of qualifying setup here tonight. We got all kinds of cars out there.
I'm not sure if that was intentional or not, but you know, listen, that's kind of cool. I kind of like when it's an open qualifying like this, because if you can actually get with somebody and work together, which I'm surprised that the Dr. Squatch trucks are not doing that, you can crank out some pretty good times out there. I'm not sure if this was meant to be this way or an accident, but it could also spell danger, because if you get into somebody, it's going to ruin your qualifying time.
Certainly can. William Locklear right now on the pole, 32.59. We're watching the trjkarting.com Toyota Tundra driven by Ian Habiak, and right now he's got a 5th place run.
And he's hanging on to that paint scheme, Chris. I love that paint scheme. It looks so good out there on track.
This is definitely making it interesting because, number one, because they have 10 minutes to qualify, so they didn't all have to come out on track at the same time, but it's kind of cool that they are. Victor Rickard out there saying hi. Appreciate that, Victor.
And when Victor, there's Tim Habiak, it's badass. He's loving it. I bet you, hopefully he took his Pepto-Bismol a little bit early, because I'm sure he's sitting there telling you, like, hey, wait, there's a bunch of trucks out on the track. Be careful.
This in from race control. It wasn't supposed to be an open qualifying, but you know what? I think it works. I dig it.
It does. It's something different, you know. I mean, and it's cool. I mean, usually when this happens to another league that ain't used to this, Chris, we see trucks or cars or whatever they're driving smashed up. They're spinning around. You know, they don't understand what's going on. These guys, they're just doing their thing, man, and it's putting out some good speed. Bully and Lockley are still on the pole with that 30.259.
Jaden Dahlberg, who was the first guy out there, is suffering just a little bit. He is back to 11th position. That speed just not holding. Dahlberg with a 34.13 as his best time so far.
Joshua Hawks on that number. Well, it's showing 12 here. Who's number 8? Where's number? What am I doing? My glasses are fogging up because it is steamy here in Vermont tonight. Great Dakota Todd sitting there in second position, last week's winner. Mr. Todd at the right place at the right time. That's kind of a funky paint scheme, Chris. I kind of like that. It's going to look good under the lights there tonight.
Yeah, there's a lot of nice paints out there, and we look forward to seeing what they look like under the lights. Brian Dees, that Marvel Studio Chevy Silverado out there, he is running 7th place right now, a 33.46. Just ahead of Dalton Kilroe. Speaking of guys who've had bad luck, man, it has been Dalton Kilroe's. I don't even know how he's as high as he is in points, because that 24, I hope he's talked to the engine builder. It's definitely not the paint at this point. The paint looks good.
Paint definitely looks good. That black with the flames, I love it.
Well, the newcomers, Kyle Lohman, out there for the Squatch Brothers at 46 right now, is sitting in 12th spot, a 33.90. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin comes down pit road. I think he might have taken tires, Rick, and he is heading back out. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin in that 10 truck. Going to try and qualify just a little higher than he is right now. Currently sitting in 14th position, and he has had a really fast truck the last few weeks. Just hasn't been able to capitalize on him. Of course, we can go back to last week on that last lap incident. That kind of took him out of contention. He was leading the race and really thought he was going to win. Just couldn't put it together at the end.
No, he was close though, and you know, like you said, been having a really good season here. He is one of the more aggressive drivers, but very respectful out there with Dr. Squatch Racing, Chris. He's on that beautiful Nautical Sage paint. I actually have that on one of my street stocks that I usually run on Monday nights. For this Monday night, I will be in the booth with you, covering for our good friend Danny as he spent some time with his family, which is fabulous.
I'm broadcasting on Monday?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know.
You don't remember?
No.
We promised Danny that we would.
Well, if it's for Danny, I guess we'll do it.
And again on Wednesday, we got a busy week this week, brother.
Right now, they're all busy weeks. We check in with the 86. A little bit of damage to the right side of that thing. Terry Foster right now being scored 22nd fastest with a 37.33. Jacob Sayers in the 39. He's the second of the new Dr. Squad drivers tonight. The 39 right now being shown in 16th position. A 34.14. Jamie Walker still the guy up top with 1 minute 45 seconds left of qualifying. Walker is showing the way just like he did during practice, Rick. Really no surprise there. That 88 has been on fire. The Duke crew has been working very, very hard to find the setup right in his liking. And Jamie Walker pulls it off. He says, I think I've got it down.
Well, that's the thing, Chris. I mean, Jamie is a very cool, calm, and collective driver. I'm sure he practiced a lot. I mean, it shows. Because week in and week out, he's up here. As long as he can stay out of trouble. I mean, last week was kind of a fluke. It wasn't really his fault. Got into a late race caution and just wasn't able to bounce back. He started making a charge coming up through. I mean, he did very well because he was at the back of the field, but he did make his way back up through, but just not the night after dominating.
Looking at Dakota Todd right now, being scored in 4th position. A 32.78 is his time. Good enough to put him again in 4th position. Ty Morosco sitting in 5th position. That one truck looking pretty strong out there tonight. We'll see if he's able to finish it off as he actually gets in the wall just a little bit there. It's going to be a cool race tonight, Rick, because we're going to go under the lights, and that means any wall scrubbing or anything like that going to produce some really cool effects here on the monitor. And I can't wait to bring them to everybody. Chris Webb in the 69. Chris Webb, a 32.94, pretty good run for himself. Good enough for 6th spot right now. Ian Habia had fallen down the charts just a little bit. He is back up to 7th spot, a 32.97. These guys are running very close lap times. Less than a 1/10 of a second between 1st place and 7th place right now. Blake Decker looks like he's having a little bit of fun as qualifying is coming to an end, and we're getting set to go under the green flag. Again, we're going to be under the lights here at Kansas. 81 degrees.
I mean, we talk about this every time this happens, especially with these transition races, Chris. So the setup is set to really be ran at night. So these guys got to hang on until that sun sets. When the sun sets, their truck is going to be feeling a lot different. And then the other problem is that track temperature could go down, and that's going to spell a little bit of heartache for these guys too. Because when that track temperature goes down, the truck is not going to do exactly what they think it was going to do. So these guys got their hands full for them tonight, and I know it's going to be a good show.
Definitely expect that to be the case. As we get ready, Rick, to grid him up. Taking the pole once again is the number 88, Jamie Walker. On his outside, it's going to be William Locklear. Starting third on the inside, going to be Derek Polson in the 6 truck. Starting in 4th tonight in his number 8 is going to be Dakota Todd. Next row, starting in 5th spot, going to be Ty Morosco in the 1 truck. Chris Webb in the 69, starting to his outside. Starting in 7th place tonight is going to be Ian Habiak in the TRJkarting.com number 16 Toyota Tundra. To his outside, it's going to be Dalton Kilroe in the number 24. And Rick, starting in 9th spot, it's going to be Blake Decker in the 92 with Brian McRae to his outside in the number 35.
And starting in row number 6 in 11th position, another Dr. Squatch brother in that 10 machine, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, going to be starting 11th. Next to him is the 12 of Joshua Hawks. Then we got Brian Dees on the 17, going to be starting 13th in row number 7. Next to him, newcomer Kyle Wellman in the 46 Dr. Squatch machine, going to be starting 14th. Hank Caston qualifies as number 5 machine in 15th position in row number 8. Chris Jaden Dahlberg in the 36, going to be starting 16th. We got the 13 of Chris Williams sitting in 17th position. The 39 of Jacob Sayers sitting in 18th in that 39. The number 3, Corey Sherman, is going to be starting in 19th tonight. Next to him is going to be Nick Rose in the 41, sitting in 20th. And we got Terry Foster in the 86 and 21st. Jeff Hartline in the 97, going to be starting 22nd. Got Aaron Bach over in the 44, going to be starting in row 12, 23rd position. Next to him, Mark Johansson in the 00, starting 24th. We got Philip Walling going to be starting in 25th position. The 68 of Ashton Slice qualified 26, Chris. And then rounding out the field in spot number 27 is going to be the 40 of Todd Hatcher.
A bunch of drivers out there getting excited, getting ready to go. And the pace car rolls off onto pit road. We get set for the green flag. It's Jamie Walker on the pole, and he mashes the go button. Here we go, Rick.
Go we do. The 88, Jamie Walker, got a really good restart there, Chris. Holy cow.
Jamie Walker taking advantage of that pole position, starting to launch himself. Derek Paulson in second. William Locklear holding on to third spot. Ty Marosco moves up to fourth. Dakota Todd falls for fifth spot. Here comes Ian Habiak on the inside. He's got the 24 of Dalton Kilroe to the inside with him. Kilroe pushing the 16 up. 3 wide racing on the front stretch as they come out of turn number 4. Wicked driving. Here we go under that 3 wide again. Ty Marosco stuck to the outside. Ian Habiak takes the sucker hole in the middle, and the 24 tries to get there on the inside. Can't quite do it. The 16 holds on. Ian Habiak to fourth.
For Ty Marosco, Chris, he's stuck up there with a 69. That's of Chris Webb. The 92 Blake Decker goes way down on the apron like we see so many times here at Kansas. He's trying to get around the number 1 right now. He's sitting on the inside. It looks like he's cleared. Ty Marosco in the wall.
Marosco makes contact with the wall. He is very, very slow. Drivers behind him paying attention and trying to get around. No other issues on track. Good job. Good crash avoidance by the drivers out there as we've had a lead change, Rick. Derek Paulson able to get around the 88. The Do Crew of Jamie Walker. So new leader Derek Paulson, one of the Squatch brothers out there, is your race leader. Jamie Walker had to give it up. William Locklear still sitting in third. Ian Habiak is in fourth spot, but we are definitely, we're under caution. And we're going to take
69.
Take a stab at it. Chris Webb, 69. Okay. So we're following the 69. He's to the inside of the 8. Oh, they make contact. The 69 may have just floated up a little bit into the 8, and then Hank Caston gets into it. Oh, and then the 17. Brian Dees goes for a ride. Heavy hit from Brian Dees. Goes way up in the air. The 69 settles down and is able to drive away. I don't know if Brian Dees was, no, he was not able to. We're going to have to go back and take another look at it. Out of that 17 truck, and we're going to go inside the cockpit of Brian Dees. You can kind of see it happening. Puts the throttle down, thinks he might be able to get away. Oh no, and then he doesn't. Up into the catch retainer. And man, oh man, what a ride for that 17. Oh, tough break for Brian Dees early on. And that truck is hurting bad, Rick.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully he's okay. Hopefully Brian, I'm not sure if Brian Dees raced it in VR, Chris, but that's one of those ones where you just shut your eyes, let go of your wheel, and wait until you stop hearing stuff, turn over.
The 69 will be receiving an EOL. If you're not familiar with that acronym, it means end of line, means wherever he's sitting on track right now, he's going to pull out and go to the end of the longest line. But right now, Chris Webb sitting on pit road may not be a factor anyway, as there is some heavy damage to that 69. The 8 truck is also on pit road. That's Dakota Todd. Ty Marosco taking a stop right now. Everybody else pretty much on track. Of course, Brian Dees, Hank Caston, and Todd Hatcher's on pit road from that same caution. So a big one here early on in this race. Everything was going great right up until then, Rick. Good racing side by side, 3 wide in some spots. These trucks were definitely showing off that the setup may not be as bad as we were thinking. and then boom.
I mean, you can definitely tell that the trucks are a little loose, Chris, but I don't think it's anything that these guys can't handle. I mean, these guys do a good job week in, week out. It is tough. I mean, a lot of the track right now, especially as they come down through the front stretch, the grandstands got it a little shaded, and they go back into the sun. So that's going to be a thing that they're going to have to worry about. We talked about it. You know, that track temperature going up and down, the light coming down, air cooling off. It's going to be a good time, though. Right now, that track temperature already fallen a little bit, Chris, sitting at 79 degrees with that air temperature still holding at 77.
So we expect that to cool down just a little bit more, though not much more, as these guys are making their way around the circuit. Top 5 changed a little bit. Derek Paulson up front. Jamie Walker and the Dew Crew sitting in second spot. William Locklear in the 78 in third. Ian Habia has made his way up to fourth position, and Dalton Kilroe moving. He is moving that 24 really well tonight so far. He's running in fifth spot. We'll
Got the 92 of Blake Decker, the 46 of Kyle Wellman sitting in seventh. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin in in the 10 car sitting in eighth position. Joshua Hawks in the 12, ninth, and rounding out the top 10, Brian McRae in that number 35 Dr. Squatch Racing machine.
So under caution number 1, early on here, lap 5 it came out. And everything is sorted out as far as NASCAR is concerned. Pace car lights drop off, and we get ready to go back under the green flag after one more circuit. Still have 4 trucks out there, Rick, that are on pit road. It's going to be the 69 of Chris Webb, the 17 of Brian Dees, the 5 of Hank Caston, and the 40 of Todd Hatcher, all on pit road. And it looks like Todd Hatcher is actually back out on track. So Hatcher going to be making his way around the circuit. Derek Paulson getting ready for, well, he's getting ready for this restart. He's got some competition all around him. He's got William Locklear right behind him, and Jamie Walker, who is outside. Walker gave up the lead early. The 6 really trying to pace this one. Pace car drops down, and Paulson doesn't waste much time at all as he hits the green. And we are back under those green flag conditions, rolling into turns 1 and 2.
88 Jamie Walker in the Dew Crew machine. He is looking on the inside of the 6. Derek Paulson, Chris, he is really going and putting that pedal right down. I bet you can see a dent in that floorboard. Right now, he is taking over the lead. Let's see if he's going to be able to complete it as they go into turns 3 and 4.
This is for the lead. The 88 down to the inside of the 6 of Derek Paulson. Jamie Walker in the Dew Crew wanting to lead this lap, and he does by about a half a truck length. Jamie Walker taking it back. Meanwhile, right behind them, oh, here comes Paulson back to the outside, though. This battle not over. Walker decides he's going to pull in behind Derek Paulson. Paulson very fast early on here. Behind them, it's the 78 of William Walker there. The 24 of Dalton Kilroe manages to get up to 4 spots. Blake Decker making a good run. All the way up to 5th spot for the 92 of Blake Decker. Ian Haybick is falling back just a little bit, sitting in 6th spot. And Taylor the Butcher Benjamin running 7th. Joshua Hawks, Kyle Willman, and Jaden Dahlberg rounding out the top 10. Brian McRae is falling out by 1. He's in 11th in the 35 truck.
Yeah, right now Jaden Dahlberg in that number 36, putting the moves on the number 46, Chris, able to clear him on the inside. 46 going to fall down behind the 36. He's going to try to go again. Now he's on the inside. He's on the inside of the 36, and he's going to make a nice clean pass as he goes across the start-finish line there. And here comes his teammate in the number 35. That's going to be Brian McRae. Brian McRae down on the inside of the 36 right now, Chris. Cummings into turn 1 and 2, trying to find the speed that his teammate had down there. Not able to do it, though, and he's going to get kind of stuck there because here comes the 39 of Jacob Sayers.
Sayers holding on to that momentum on the outside. The 35 finding it tough to So you get around the 36, may have to fall in line. There is drafting to be had here at Kansas Rich. And the 35 now just looking for a draft partner as he moves up to the top side of the track behind Jacob Sayers.
Sayers moved the ball just a little bit, Chris, and that allowed the number 44. That's Aaron Poppy over. He moves up into the 12th position. Is Budweiser number 44 machine. Just behind Sayers, Chris Williams. Here he comes in his number 13 machine. He's going to try to make a run, trying to do what he has to do. He's got the 3 Corey Sherman a little ways back, but going to be able to maybe help him out here. Like you said, the draft is going to come into play, so if these trucks can actually get nose to tail, they can do some damage.
I want to go ahead and thank everybody out there tuning in to the Turn 3 Racing Network. We really do appreciate you starting off the week just like we do with a great race. This race is the TRJkarting.com Blazing Pedals Truck Series, and we are live here at Kansas, lap 15 of 180. Had an early caution lap number 5. We've sorted that out, and we've got a battle for the lead once again, Rick, as the 88, the Dew Crew, definitely has a run right now, and here comes Locklear to try and get around Paulson. He does. So Paulson loses 2 different positions, falls back to 3rd spot. The 88 back up front. Jamie Walker was the pole winner here tonight, and he has found himself back up towards the front here, lap 16 of 180.
It looks like Paulson has a little bit of pressure there from the 24 of Dalton Kilrow on that number 24 Turn 3 Racing Network Chevrolet. Kind of fell back a little bit, but was looking on the inside there. Probably waiting for Blake Decker and the 92 to get up to him a little bit so they can make a run on the 6 to try to take over that position.
Rick, it's early on in this one, but I can't think of a better way to get going on a Sunday night than to crank it up. How we do it here on the Turn 3 Racing Network at Kansas. Rick, that was some exciting action right there, man. It was fun to watch.
That really was, Chris. I mean, I love that crank it up thing, man. It just looks so good. Sounds good. I mean, Kansas here, these trucks are fast, so that's great.
Jamie Walker, still your race leader in the 88. He's being followed by William Locklear in the 78. Dalton Kilrow trying to take over 3rd from the 6 of Derek Paulson, and Kilrow doing it on the outside. Does it that lap. Kilrow scored with 3rd spot. Paulson has to fall in the line. Oh no, the 92 gets into him just a little bit. And the 6 still trying to hold on. Another contact from the 92. The 6 moves down. Very smart, finds the level side of the track and able to straighten that 6 out. Derek Paulson, excellent driving right there as he's being passed by the 35, but Paulson saved that truck. Unbelievable driving. Paulson was in the top 3, Rick. Now is sitting in 10th spot, but it could have been much, much worse than that.
Yeah, it really could have been. I mean, that's one of those pucker moments, Chris, that we talked about before. But did a fabulous job hanging on to that machine, keeping it straight, doing what they had to do. These guys continue under green. We have one driver that just came out of the infield care center, Chris. That's the number 17 of Brian Dees. Brian Dees, you got Rick and Chris up in the booth. You got a copy, bud?
I got you.
Hey, man. How you feeling out there?
After my little trip to outer space, all things considered, not too bad, I guess.
Now, are you racing in VR?
I am not now.
Okay, good.
I might be feeling a little bit worse if I was.
Yeah, I'm sure you would be. Now, listen, obviously you're sitting out there on pit road right now. Do you think you're going to be able to get back out there?
I might give it a shot. I got about 30 minutes of repairs left. It depends. If I go out there and I'm just a rolling chicane and I have no speed whatsoever, I'll probably just park it. But we'll see how it goes.
All right, brother. Well, hey, glad you're okay. Is there anybody out there on the number 17 you need to thank tonight?
Not at the moment. Just the usual. Give a big thanks to TRJ Karting, Mark Arthur for running the league, you guys for broadcasting. I know I got the Avengers on the truck today, so maybe a thanks to Captain Marvel bringing me back from outer space there.
Well, there you go, brother. Well, I'm glad you're okay, and we'll see you as you get back out on the track.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Driver of the number 17, Brian D, is going to be trying to get back on track, and that's a long repair, Rick. If he still has a half an hour, man, oh man, that's
like
a
motor, man.
45 minutes total.
Yeah, I mean, he took a massive spin there, up over end there a couple of times. So glad that he's okay. I mean, the safety equipment in these trucks are really good, and I guess his simulator has some extra stuff. So thank God he wasn't in VR, because he'd probably be looking for the barf bag, and we're under caution, Chris.
Yes, we are. Trying to locate it right now. Ooh, maybe
12 of Joshua Hawks got into the wall a little bit, but he looks to be okay.
it may have been Jaden Dahlberg. We're going to go back and take a peek. We got the 36 to the inside of the 48, and it looks like he floated right up into him. Not sure exactly what happened there. We're going to go back a little bit further and take another look. As the 36 and the 48 were racing. And the 48, I think, starts to get a run here pretty quickly. He goes to the outside. And on the, it's like the 36 just couldn't turn or wouldn't turn or something. But the 36 ends up in the infield grass. And we are under caution number 2 on the night. Your race leader going to be the number 88, the Duke Crew of Jamie Walker. Look who's in second spot. It's the 24, Turn 3 Racing Network Chevy Silverado. And a couple of guys faking like they're going to come in pit road. It may have gotten a couple. Ian Habiat coming down pit road along with Blake Decker. Derek Paulson also looks to be coming down pit road, as does Nick Rose and Philip Walling. So pit road going to be a busy spot, Rick.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, this is about the time when, we got 28 laps on these tires, Chris, and, at least come in for a splash of a little bit of fuel, maybe some tires. Now, these guys do have a tire limit, so I'm sure if, a couple drivers going to want to hang on to that. I mean, at least wait until the end of stage 1, and then you come into stage 2, have a set for the end of the race. It's going to be kind of interesting.
Pit road starting to empty out as services are getting done. And we are under caution once again. Rick, I think we're going to step away, take a quick commercial break. We're going to be right back. back. Not doing an instant replay, though. The 88 of Jamie Walker going to be up front to restart this one. Dalton Kilroy going to be starting to his side. William Locklear is in third spot. Joshua Hawks in fourth. And Taylor the Butcher Benjamin has made his way up in the fifth spot. Brian McRae running in sixth. Jacob Sayers seventh. Aaron Bockover in the 44 running in eighth spot. Kyle Wellman ninth. And Ashton Slice rounding out the top 10. Ashton coming from way back in the field to get into the top 10.
Now, like you, Chris, I want to thank everybody out there in Turn 3 Racing Network land who is hanging out with us here up there in the Hammond Hotel booth from Kansas with the TRJ Karting Blazing Pedals Truck Series. If you guys haven't yet, head on over to trjkarting.com. If you're a sim racer, Tim did something kind of cool. You have a customized link now for sim racing gear. He made it easy to find everything, and all you need to do is go to trjkarting.com/sim-racing, and it'll bring you to all the beautiful stuff. He's got a little, actually, it's a video of you and me there at Iowa there when we were broadcasting that race, Chris. So pretty cool. He's got a bunch of gloves and some shoes there. So definitely head on over, and if you just want some cool swag, just make sure you search to the store. You can find t-shirts, sweatshirts. I'm waiting for my hat. Uniline box cutters. It's all there. trjkarting.com.
The 36 of Jaden Dahlberg receives the EOL as the pace car lights are off. Jamie Walker going to be set to go back under the green flag. He's going to have Dalton Kilroy start to the inside in second spot. And Tim Habiuk checks in and says, yeah, man, I'm working on that sim section. It's going to keep building, and I think that's a great idea, Tim. Trucks are lining up 2 by 2. We're getting set to go back under the green flag here at Kansas as the pace car drops off. And now everybody's watching the 88, the Duke crew of Jamie Walker, as he gets the go pedal go. What a jump for Jamie Walker as Dalton Kilroy kind of left standing back in second spot. This William Locklear in the 78 trying to defend against the 10 of Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. The Butcher looking to try and get his stamp of approval into the top 3.
You know, Chris, I wondered when the start of this race happened to see how long it would take the Butcher to get up there and start running towards the top 3, and it didn't take long at all. Lap 31. Ooh, gets into the 78 just a little bit.
Oh, the 78
off the wall.
And the 12 going for a ride. The 78 goes back out on track. That could be bad, as they go 5 wide to try and stop a caution from coming out. The 78.
And there's the caution.
Got lucky, but there is the caution. And Chris Williams looks like he is going to get the worst end of that deal. We're going to go back and take a peek. Out of the front of Chris Williams' car. He thinks he has it all avoided, Rick, and that's the worst of it. He slows right down, comes back out on track, trying to do the right thing, gets spun from behind, so we're going to have to take a peek and see what happened exactly. So we're watching the 13, which he definitely went for the biggest ride of the bunch. See the 35 going out onto the grass, trying to mow the lawn, and oh yeah, it was just a chain reaction right there. And it all started up front, or towards the front. As we are back under caution one more time.
A lot of trucks in that one, Chris. So many that I couldn't write them all down. That is unfortunate. Those guys just went for a ride. That's the hard thing about Kentucky. I mean, the banking. You pull up and you're going for a ride. You're going to be in front of a bunch of other trucks.
So a few more drivers deciding to come on down pit road. It looks like Locklear, Bockover, Brian McRae, Ian Habiuk coming down pit road. As is Derek Paulson and Nick Rose. Add Williams to the list. Webb, Dees, and Caston involved in that first caution, and they've been on pit road for a very, very long time. Rick, I think we're going to tune into the radio of the Habeuk so we can try and hear some of the spotting.
Oh, man, dude. Here we go. Let's see what these new tires can do. That was the close one too, because I didn't even see everybody checking up.
What, the front?
Yeah. I saw Brian checking up. I didn't see everybody else checking up. That was a close one. That could have been real bad. I know, but someone's just
Got some damage on there.
am I good now?
Why are you passing people? You get penalty. Like caved in.
It says only had like 10 minutes.
10 seconds.
Yeah, 10 seconds.
I know, but I don't understand why it's pushed in like that. But, you know, saying when you check up, you hit the fucking brakes. But no. What? Okay, I'm about to throw everything in the trash. There, it works.
Been going. There's so much that went on there. I don't know how or who did all that. I mean, it started with the 10 and the car number 78 went up at the wall, then came back down. Some cars got together and went to the grass. Some cars came back up on the track, but they stayed low. And people came to the outside of them and then passed it at each other trying to check up. So there was so much going on. I don't know who to get all that. It's gonna cause a lot. And it was a bad racing incident, and what we did. Our second line tried out, so we a little bit more up to down. Yeah, but you guys aren't one going to cost happened well after that. A lot of checking up and a lot of rear-ending each other. One of the patients on restart, guys. The restart quick kills them. We just showed we can do long runs, so let's try to get back to that. Sorry, that's not what they did, but.
Green. Outside. Check up. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Three liners bottom. Easier. 3 line front. There you go. One at the top, one outside. Get new tires. You're gonna have some pretty good performance in here. They're outside. Number 1. They're around him. Take the ball. They're all around.
Inside. Inside. Come inside. Get run.
Pretty interesting stuff happening right there, Rick, as we heard the call. First of all, some of that was, you could hear the Haybiaks. They were listening to Mark Arthur, admin of Blazing Pedals here, and he was trying to make heads or tails of the previous accident. And honestly, race admin called down and said, look, there was just too much going on there. We couldn't make a call so no EOL on that one. But then we caught something really interesting. We know Ian has got new tires underneath that 16, and he is making very good use of them, Rick. He started in 10th spot, right now sitting in 3rd as he just now gets around Taylor the Butcher Benjamin.
Yeah, I mean, that lost caution was a little crazy there, Chris. So, good on race control. Kind of hard to figure that one out, but, it's always cool listening to see what these drivers do. And, live spot, and we talked about that multiple times. When you have a live spotter, you actually have an advantage on the guys that are using something like Crew Chief or even the in-game iRacing spotter. I mean, it's just amazing on how that works, and those guys do a good job. I mean, Ian and Tim, obviously father and son, doing what they do, and it really works out. I mean, like you said, the 16 really fast, doing what he has to do right now. He's looking to put a little pressure on the next person. That's going to be the 24 Dalton Kilrow. Right now, Ian's sucking right up to the back bumper. He's going down, looking on the inside there of the 24, Chris. So you know that Tim's there saying, hey, you got a car high, okay, you're good. And there you go. He is sitting in 2nd position right now.
2nd spot, Rick. We're working lap 43, now 44. It's going to be 2 laps before the caution comes out. And I can't count Ian Haybiak out. He is faster by a country mile here than every other truck on track. He's got those fresh tires. Last lap, he was about a second faster than your first place runner, Jamie Walker. And look at him starting to catch up to the back bumper here.
Yeah, it's going to be a matter of no time when he's going to get up to that back bumper, Chris. He's already looking on the inside there of the 88. So here comes Ian Haybiak. And that number 16 TRJ Karting Toyota goes way down. Not able to take the lead there, but he's doing it now.
Ian Haybiak looking for the lead. Going to try to be the first car across the start-finish line at the end of this lap. It is for stage number 1. Ian Haybiak, your race leader. 3rd race leader tonight, Rick, as Jamie Walker just didn't have anything for him on those older tires. And Ian Haybiak doing exactly what he needed to do with those new tires. He went and marched his way from 10th to 1st, crosses the start-finish line. There should be caution on the field unless... Yeah, there it is. Caution on the field. Stage 1 winner. I think this is the first stage he's won all year long, but stage 1 winner going to be Ian Haybiak in the number 16. So the first stage definitely had its share of caution flags, but Ian Haybiak able to use those fresh tires, get himself to the front, win the stage, collect the bonus points.
You know what's awesome, Chris, is, I mean, Ian's one of the drivers, and you know me, I always like to try to pick somebody out, usually one of the young guys out there. So when we started broadcasting Blazing Pedals here a few seasons ago, Ian obviously is the one that I gravitated to. He's one of the younger ones out there. Now, the first season that we broadcast, you could tell that his confidence wasn't really there. The next season comes, and it was just outstanding. You saw it grow a little bit. Then this season came, and it grew even more. So congratulations to Ian. He's doing a fabulous job out there.
Ian picks up the pace car and definitely is stage 1 winner. So congratulations once again to Ian Haybiak, driver of the TRJkarting.com Toyota Tundra. Now there is some damage. We also heard him talking about that just a little bit, but Ian looking pretty darn good out there right now as he was able to win the first stage. And man, what a confidence booster that must be for that young man.
Oh, definitely. As a matter of fact, I'll be right back.
Rick going down to check on the Haybiaks as everybody's coming down pit road picking up business. Here they come. Haybiak coming down. I don't believe he's going to get tires this time. I believe he is coming down for fuel and maybe to get some of that damage repaired. Jamie Walker right behind him. Walker losing the lead at the very end of that stage 1. yeah, no service other than some repairs, maybe some fuel for the 16 as he comes back out on track. So very quick service for Ian. A couple of guys staying out there, notably the 00 Mark Johansson and the 44 of Aaron Bockover staying out, maybe just trying to pick up a lap lead here.
And there we go, Chris. I'm going to bring up, it's actually going to show up Tim, but it's going to be Ian.
Feel like you're gone.
Ian Habiak, you got Rick Chris up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, congratulations there. The strategy worked, man. Stage 1 winner. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I'm going to try to stay up front for a little bit.
All right, buddy. So how's your race going so far? Obviously pretty good.
Yeah, so far so good. I mean, the strategy call that my crew chief made over here was, I thought wasn't really going to work, but then we had like 2 or 3 cautions, and we don't have that many laps in our tires, so I think this might be pretty good.
All right, buddy. Well, hey, listen, we're going to get you back down to your dad so that way you guys can do what you got to do. So congratulations on stage 1. Hopefully we talk to you again tonight, man. I'm proud of you.
Yep, going to try to. Thank you.
Driver of the number 16, Ian Habiak, and man, you can almost hear the excitement in his voice, Rick. He is very proud to have won that first stage.
You know, you thought he was proud. When I jumped down, that's where I went there when I said I'd be right back, man. I kind of feel like Darrell Waltrip back when Mikey won the Daytona 500. I mean, we don't want to talk too much about that because that was a bad day for a lot of race fans. But, man, you know, Tim was excited. I was excited. And it's going to be interesting. I mean, that boy, he has a lot of confidence right now, and it's good to see.
Aaron Bach over in the 44 was just down pit road about 14 laps ago, so he decides to stay out. He's going to lead that lap, and it looks like he's probably going to stay out to try and lead some under the green flag here. Ian Habiak picking up second spot. Dalton Kilroe in the 24, great pit stop, comes out ahead of Jamie Walker in third spot. Walker going to be restarting in fourth. Then you've got the 92 of Blake Decker. Ashton Slice in the 68 has made his way all the way up to sixth position, and I'm telling you, he has done it from deep in the field. Derek Paulson, after that little bit of an incident there, where he went into the infield to kind of save it, the 6 truck now finds himself running in seventh spot. To his outside is going to be Brian McRae, teammate. Corey Sherman in the 3 truck, going to be restarting in ninth position. Dakota Todd has worked his way back up into 10th position. So that is the top 10. It has been shuffled around a little bit here tonight as we're working lap 50 of 180 under the caution for stage number 1. Rick, we had some cautions in that first stage. Stage 2 has been typically a lot cleaner for these guys the last couple of weeks as they start to settle down. We're going to see if that trend continues.
Well, you know, another thing too, Chris, is the sun is pretty much set on the track. It is under full shade right now. Looking at that track temperature, it's down to 77 degrees. So, I mean, I'm sure that the setup that these guys have, obviously it works better for the night because they know that's where they're going to be finishing the race. That's where most of the race is going to be ran. So it's going to be real interesting to see as that pace car comes down pit road. We're getting ready to go green, and there goes Aaron Bach over in the number 44 with a really good restart, Chris. The 16 kind of hanging back going, whoa.
16, not caught sleeping, I don't think. Just a bit of the leader's advantage there. But here comes the 88 of Jamie Walker. Walker now the guy with the fresh tires. And here comes Ashton Slice in the 68 as well. Oh, the 68 and the 16 make a little contact. 3 wide down the back stretch. 16 in the sucker hole, but makes it work as he gets around the 44. Ian Habiak back up to third spot. But Ashton Slice running in second. Holy cow.
Holy cow's right. And I mean, that's one cool thing about Ashton too, Chris. He's one of them quiet drivers. You know, he's
the 24 gets into the 44, Rick. And the 44 trying to save it still. No, can't do it. He goes around. I think he got hit by his teammate. And Jaden Dahlberg also gets a big piece of it. I think Terry Foster came in with no place to go, got into the back end of the 44. So those old tires not working out so good for the 44. We're going to have to go back and take a peek. The 24 starts it off. He gets into the 44. The 44 trying to save it. Here comes the 86. They get together and boom, around they go. The 36 really goes around. The 44 may be able to continue on, but then again, it looks like he may have some barbecue smoke going behind that Budweiser number 44. Jaden Dahlberg also with a little bit of smoke coming out of the back end of his truck. So another big caution happening towards the front of the field. Only 2 trucks really getting severe damage out of that one. But it did look like the 86 of Terry Foster may have made a little contact with his teammate and sent him around a little bit more.
Definitely not the night that TNA Motorsports wanted, Chris, but it happens. I mean, these guys, they bounce off the wall. It's hard because you got to hang on to that truck, and there's not a lot of weight on the rear end of that. I mean, if you have a full tank of fuel, that does help, but even with that, I mean, these things are very loose and they will come around, and that's just kind of unfortunate for both drivers. Really unfortunate there for Mr. Backover, though.
Well, the 86 doesn't appear to have a lot of damage, and Terry Foster running in the top 10 right now. So good job for him to try and stay off. It may have been netcode that spun him, but man, oh man.
What's going through Terry's mind right now? Right now, Terry, it's going right through his mind. He's like, I don't want to race the pink truck. I don't want to race it.
That could have been a pink truck. It could have been a pink truck. Terry Foster so far running in the top 10, so a good run for him. Up front, it is the Do Crew, the 88 of Jamie Walker. He's got Ashton Slice right behind him. Ian Habia holding on to third. Brian McRae finds himself top 5 in the 35, running in 4th spot. He's being followed by Derek Paulson. Dakota Todd holding on to 6th spot. Corey Sherman in the 3 truck running in 7th. Then it's Terry Foster, just spoke about him. The 92 of Blake Decker running in 9th. Jacob Sayers rounding out the top 10 in his number 39. Then you've got Jeff Hartline in the 97, William Locklear, who started up towards the front of this one, who had a little bit of an unfortunate happening there. Was able to hold on to the truck and save it, but the 78 hasn't been quite the same since. He's running in 12th spot. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, so used to seeing him up front tonight. Pretty quiet out of the 10 camp, running in 13th. Kyle William is running in 14th in his 46. Philip Whaling counting out the top 15. And you've got Mark Johansson in the 00. Dalton Kilroe in the 24. Chris Williams in the 13. Ty Morosco in the 1, who's coming down pit road. The 12 of Joshua Hawks running in 20th position. Todd Hatcher 21st in the 40. Jaden Dahlberg sitting on pit road, as is the 44 of Aaron Backover. Still on pit. Actually, he's back out there. 14 laps down, but Nick Rose in the 41 back out on track, as is the 5 truck making a reappearance. Hank Caston getting back out on track, 32 laps down. Chris Webb sitting on pit road, and Brian Dees. We talked to Brian earlier, Rick. He is back out on track, running 27th, 49 laps down. That was a trip around the field. Thank you to trjkarting.com.
And now that the lights are the pace car off, Chris, we have Jaden Dahlberg, driver number 36, coming out of the infield care center. Jaden Dahlberg, you got Rick Chris up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, hey, man. How you doing out there? First, are you okay?
Yeah, I guess.
All right. Do you think the number 36 is going to be able to get back out there tonight?
Probably for a couple laps. I want to get some points and try and stay up there. I don't want to... I'm out of the points battle, but out of money. But I can always try and just hang with these guys, I guess.
All right, man. Well, hey, we're sorry to see that you're in that predicament, but there's always next week and the week after. So I'm glad you're okay, and hopefully we see that number 36 back out in the track. Is there anybody out there you got to thank?
Yeah, A&O Property Services, Love Standard Chassis, Love Cirque Motorsports, my team. That's about it. For people that were watching tonight, because I had people watching, and hopefully we can put on a good show next week for him.
All right, brother. Well, good luck, and hopefully you get back out there. Your night's not over yet. You can still run for some points. So every point counts, so good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Pace car drops off the field, Rick. The 88 Duke crew getting ready to roll once again. The 88 up front. Ashton Slice on the outside. Jamie Walker hits the go pedal, and we are back under the green flag. And Ashton Slice with a very early on blink there. The field stacks up behind him just a little bit. Ian Habiak holding on to third, now looking for second spot. Ian Habiak to the inside of Ashton Slice. The 35, Brian McRae, goes to the outside along with Ashton Slice, maybe trying to push him, but no luck there. The 16 takes over second spot. Ashton Slice battling back on the outside. He's the first truck across the start-finish line that time by, taking second back from Ian Habiak. Habiak now falls in line, trying to lessen the damage, really, because he's got some guys behind him with fresher tires, and the 35 is right there.
And right behind the 35, that's 6, Eric Paulson, a teammate of the 35. So they're going to be trying to work together. Here comes the 8 of Dakota Todd. Got involved in a little bit of a tussle there back on lap number 6, the first caution of the race, Chris, but he's back out there doing what he has to do. Here comes the 35 looking on the inside of the 16. Trying to do a little drag racing down there as they come down through the backstretch. Here comes the 6 on the outside of the number 35. Kind of leaving his teammate hanging there. You would think that he'd drop down, maybe give him a little push, but not able to do it right now. So here comes the 35 as they go across start finish line. Brian McRae is going to be taking over position number 3 from Ian, but Ian not giving it up yet.
Derek Paulson moves down a little bit, maybe trying to put the pressure on the 16. The 35 makes it clear. So the 35, Brian McRae sitting in third spot, but here comes Derek Paulson, now down to the inside. Gets around Ian Habiak and now side by side with the 35. Brian McRae able to hold position for just a little bit here as Paulson can't get there. He falls in line. Here comes the 8 truck of Dakota Todd. Todd to the inside now, and he is trying for position. Derek Paulson holding on to 4th spot in his number 6 truck, and the 8 decides to go up top and defend position. Dakota Todd into the top 5. Corey Sherman running very well tonight in that 3 truck. He is down now to the inside of the 16. Ian Habiak under the gun and going backwards.
I can't remember what race it was, but Corey Sherman there, I mean, he was running a different number 3, and I said, man, he should use Micro Gamma, and that's exactly what he did there. So we got our favorite number out there back out on track there, so he's doing a fabulous job right now.
Yeah, Corey Sherman running in 6th spot. Jacob Sayers getting around Ian Habiak, as does Kyle Willman. So Habiak now back to 9th position after restarting and looking so good. But those tires starting to fall off now. Remember, he did come down pit road for tires way before anybody else did. He was able to win stage number 1 with that strategy, but he is falling back like a rock in water. Up front, it's Jamie Walker. He's got himself about a 0.6 of a second lead over second place, Ashton Slice. Brian McRae holding on to 3rd, but there is a gaggle of trucks right behind him, Rick. Derek Paulson, Dakota Todd, Corey Sherman, Jacob Sayers, Kyle Willman, Ian Habiak, and William Locklear rounding out the top 10, and they all want to be into that top 5.
Dr. Squad Racing having a really good race out here so far tonight, Chris. Get their drivers in the 3rd position, 4th position. Moving down a little further there, Kyle Wellman, he's sitting in 8th. The Butcher in that 10 machine just broke through the top 10 there. He's sitting in 9th right now. He's getting around Ian. Here comes Terry Foster in the number 86. Terry Foster looking to hopefully get up to Ian Habiak and take over that position to get into the top 10.
Well, right now, Terry Foster just outside of the top 10, running in 11th spot, but he starts to move down maybe looking to try and take position away from the 16. Terry Foster side by side with the 16 across the start-finish line. Terry Foster trying to get to that top 10. It's a drag race, Rick, through turns 1 and 2. Foster couldn't hold it. He got tight, had to let off a little bit, and here comes Locklear in the 78. The 78 now taking position away from the 86. So Foster, thinking he was going to crack into the top 10, ends up falling 1 to 12. And he's got Jeff Hartline. Hartline's been a little bit quiet tonight, but the 97 running a good race. He's running 13th position right behind Terry Foster. He's got about 3 trucks right in front of him, all 4 position.
He's been doing some work, Chris. He started this race here in 22nd, now sitting in 13th. So Jeff Hartline definitely making moves out there. A little ways back, it's Mark Johansson in that 00 sitting in 14th. Dalton Kilroe's there. Kilroe's getting a good run, looking on the outside there, but thinks better of it. Doesn't want to get smushed into that wall. And we're under caution.
And it looks like it may be the 1 truck as he is still trying to gather it up. Rick, we're going to go back and take a peek, find out what happened. So we had the 1 on the inside. Brian Dees to the outside in the 17, back just a little ways. And, oh, looks like the 1 just gets loose. And around he goes. Trying to save it off from the inside wall. He does. Then he has to save it once again. So Ty Morosco going for a little bit of a ride. May have gotten into the throttle just a little bit hard coming off the corner. And around he went. Also going down a lap as you saw Jamie Walker go by him when that was all happening. So Ty Morosco now down 1 lap, sitting 19th spot. And we are under caution one more time. There goes that 2-second lead that Jamie Walker had on Ashton Slice. So the Dew crew getting it done once again here tonight. He's given up the lead a couple of times, Rick, but he has been able to find his way back to the front, and this time he was looking very solid up there with about a 2-second lead.
It's always hard, Chris, when you have a big lead like that, then you see a caution come out, 'cause you know you're going to lose it there. Ashton Slice tries to fake people out like he's going down pit road, but he thinks better of it. He stays out. So we do have quite a few trucks coming down pit road. The 00, Johansson, Dalton Kilroe. Got Blake Decker, Philip Walling.
Well, some of these trucks, Rick, may have seen what happened when the 16 came down a little bit before the last stage and took tires. And they may be looking to possibly reenact that same thing here. And Dalton Kilroe on the 24, he's been extremely fast tonight, running towards the back because he was involved in something. And I think he may have gotten an EOL, but the 24... very, very fast truck out there tonight, finding himself back in the pack. Why not try something a little bit different? And maybe you can tell me better if he ended up taking tires or not. But yeah, he is out there for sure on pit road. Still very few trucks on pit road, but services are getting done. Webb has been out there for the longest time, 63 laps down. He's been on pit road for 20 minutes and 30 seconds. Dahlberg, we just talked to him not that long ago, and he has been on pit road now for 13 minutes and 40 seconds now, 18 laps down. So top 18 drivers still on the lead lap. Blake Decker in the 92 going to be scored in that last position on the lead lap. But don't let that fool you. The 92 has been very quick tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately, iRacing not letting me go back that far to see what happened there, Chris.
All right, so it's going to be a mystery. We'll tell by the speed, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
Working lap 71 right now, your race leader, Jamie Walker. And Ashton Slice picking up second spot. Brian McRae going to restart this one in third. Derek Paulson, teammate, going to start to his outside. Dakota Todd in the 8 truck going to be restarting in 5th spot with Jacob Sayers to his outside. So, yeah, Rick, we were just talking about it. The Squatch Brothers having a pretty darn good run tonight. 3 of their trucks in the top 6. Kyle Wellman in the 46 is running 8th position. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin running in 9th will make it 5 trucks in the top 9 positions, all Dr. Squatch. I want to thank everybody for coming on out tonight and watching us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You are watching the TRJkarting.com Blazing Pedals Truck Series, and we are at Kansas Speedway under the lights, just serving out a caution. And Jamie Walker has been the class of the field tonight. The Dew crew really getting it done. And Jamie Walker looking to try and hold on to that lead. Stage ending on lap number 90 for stage number 2. I'm going to be watching the second row on this restart, Rick, because these Squatch Brothers, they've been racing each other, not exactly like teammates, but they're trying to get ahead of each other tonight. The 35 and the 6 have been all over each other throughout most of this race, and now they've got Jacob Sayers in the 39 on the outside second row. Jamie Walker hits the go button, and we are going back under the green flag here at Kansas Speedway. Jamie Walker with another fine restart. That puts Ashton Slice in second spot. Derek Paulson holding on to third. McRae falling back to 4th spot. And Dakota Todd in the top 5 in his number 8. The battle right now for 6th position as Jacob Sayers in the 39 and the 3 truck of Corey Sherman battling it out. Here comes the 10. That's Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. The Butcher trying to figure out a way up in the top 5. Hasn't quite done it yet.
Yeah, he's in a good place right now. Just get a teammate in front of him, a teammate behind him to help him out there. Like you said, you know, these guys, they're not really racing as a team, but they really are. I mean, you know, everybody wants to win. That's the thing. I mean, even with your teammate, I mean, if you're out there with a buddy or a teammate and you have a chance to get past them, that's what you're going to try to do.
Here comes the 24 of Dalton Kilroe. Kilroe finding some speed. I'm going to go ahead and guess, Rick, based on his lap times, that the 24 did in fact take tires, because look at him past trucks. Holy cow. Dalton Kilroe up to 7th spot, and he is fast right now. 30.828 was his last lap time. Everybody in front of him running 31.3s and up. Dalton Kilroe is fast right now. Up to 6th spot is the 24 in the Turn 3 Racing Network Chevy Silverado. He has caught the back bumper of the 35. Brian McRae goes down to the inside, looking for a top 5. That's not going to be good enough. Now winds up side by side with the 8 trying to take position. Dalton Kilroe up to 4th spot.
He's getting a really good run, Chris, on the inside there. So definitely tires as he goes around the 8. Now he's taking on the number 6 there. Paulson sitting out there on the outside. Has nothing for that 24 right now with those fresh tires. And Dalton Kilroe just on a big move, sitting in 3rd right now. We talked to him last week. He really wants to talk to us here, getting a podium, so he's definitely trying.
Dalton Kilroe using up those fresh tires. Got to make sure to try and save them just a little bit. But he is on a mission right now as he is taking on 2nd place runner Ashton Slice. Dalton Kilroe takes that position away easily. He's about a half a second faster than these guys right now, Rick, with those new tires. And Kilroe is getting it done.
He definitely is. Next person in his crosshairs, that number 88, and he is catching him, Chris, really quick. Right now, about a half a second. That half a second just fell down to a .383. Now that he's in the draft there of the 88, Chris, he's going to be sucking right up to that back bumper. He's going to be looking on the inside once again. And number 24 able to stick right down towards that line wherever he wants it, really. And he pulls out the lead for that lap.
The Turn 3 Racing Network number 24 of Dalton Kilroe takes over the lead. Rick, we've got lap 79 of 180. Next time we go under the caution scheduled will be lap number 91. 90 ends the stage. They finish the lap. It'll be 91 when the caution comes out, barring an incident on track. And look at the lead Dalton Kilroe has already. 7/10 of a second for the 24 over the 88. Jamie Walker didn't have anything for those fresh tires, but the 88, I think he's playing the long game here, Rick. He knows these guys have already used 2 sets of tires to try and get around him. And I believe the 88's only taken 1.
Yeah, Walker's very, very brilliant, Chris. He knows what he's doing. You know, he's not going to put up a fight like Shelly Cook out there and Chad Walker need to hold him off. You know, Walker probably thought about it, but then he knows that, you know, just let him go because he knows that he's going to be able to go up there. He knows what he has for a set of tires, and he doesn't have to worry about it. As long as he can hang up into the top 3 or so, he won't have a problem at all getting back up to the front.
Taking a look back now at Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. He is in the top 10 running in 8th spot. And the Butcher really hasn't had the speed tonight that we've kind of grown accustomed to seeing, Rick. He's been in the top 10 for most of the night, but it's been a struggle to stay there. The TRJkarting.com Toyota Tundra, driven by Ian Habia, is sitting in the top 10, 10th place right now. He's got Terry Foster right behind him. And Ian Habia actually won the first stage doing exactly what Dalton Kilroe did. Got tires early and able to just put a hurting on the field, and that's exactly what Dalton Kilroe is doing right now. This is a battle for 9th place. The 3 truck, Corey Sherman, has it. The 16 of Ian Habia trying to take it over. And right behind them, the 86 and the 13, Terry Foster, Chris Williams, looking and seeing how they might try and get around that 3 truck now as Ian Habia is able to get around in 9th place for Ian. Here comes Terry Foster. Foster way down to the inside, and Terry Foster cracks the top 10. Terry Foster driving his brains out right now inside of the top 10.
You know, this is the kind of night that Terry Foster needs, Chris. Hasn't had the best of luck out there throughout the past weeks. Right now, that 86 Kodiak machine doing a fabulous job. Kudos to his painter. He did a good job with that.
Looks good under the lights. Whoever painted it did a pretty good job. Oh, no, the 13 gets into the wall. Chris Williams hard into the wall. He's mowing the grass on the infield. He comes back out on track and does a very good job of saving that 13. That could have been disastrous. Chris Williams holds on to it and gets it back on track, trying to get it back up to speed, but not before William Locklear in the 78 able to put him down 1 more position. So the 78 up to 14th, Chris Williams now 15th position. Back up front, it's Dalton Kilroe, and now the tires have seemed to have leveled off as Kilroe and Jamie Walker running 31.4s respectively. The difference between the 2 trucks, 1 second on track. Ashley Slice still holding on to 3rd spot, but he's got Dakota Todd starting to breathe down his neck. The 8 truck really trying to push his way into the top 3. He's got to get around Ashton Slice in the 68 to do it. We're on lap 86 of 180. Remember, caution flag scheduled to fall on lap 91 to end the stage, and right now Dalton Kilroe sitting in the catbird seat.
Todd in the number 8 machine has been putting a lot of pressure on Ashton Slice, Chris, there just about a half a lap ago. He was actually able to get around as he goes onto the inside of the 68 right now as they head into the corner. Not sure if he's going to be able to do anything there with that number 8 Tire Solutions Palmetto Speed Shop. Silverado. He is trying, though. Still on the inside of the 68. They come down through the corner. He's going to be able to maybe pick it up there, but Ashton Slice is not giving up. Ashton's like, hey, no, I worked way too hard for this spot, buddy. I'm going to keep it.
It's a battle for third place on lap 88 of 180. Ashton Slice defends against Dakota Todd in the 8. Ashton Slice able to hold it on the outside, keeping that momentum. And the 8 has to reset, try again, as we are under caution. And it looks like it may have involved the 78 of William Locklear. We'll go back and take a peek, see what happened. Oh, I kind of already saw it, and you may have too, but the 78 of William Locklear driving around the 13 of Chris Williams. Locklear heading into the corner, and it looks like it may have started stepping out on him, and he had to correct. Goes down onto the apron, across the start-finish line. When he comes back up and sets in for turn 1, he gets into the wall, and the 13 gets into it with him, and the 78 gets the worst of it. He goes sideways on track. The 13 was able to continue on, but William Locklear bringing out that caution. And out on pit road as we're on lap 90 of 180. So this caution is going to bring out the stage, Rick, and it is going to be Dalton Kilroy as your stage 2 winner as soon as he crosses the start finish line. So a good job from Dalton Kilroy as he was using up his tires to try and take the stage win. The Turn 3 Racing Network Chevy Silverado will be the first truck across the start finish line. To win stage number 2.
And I'm looking, Chris, it looks like we have at least 4 trucks that have called it quits tonight. They are loading their trucks up into the hauler and heading out of Kansas. Jaden Dahlberg, Joshua Hawks, Blake Decker, and now William Locklear.
So we're starting a little bit of a battle of attrition here. As Williams on pit road, Philip Wallen back over at Chris Webb. And that does it. Stage 2 winner right now is going to be the 24 of Dalton Kilroy. Kilroy using up those tires, doing exactly what he needed to do to try and get a little bit of bonus points. And the 24 is going to be your stage 2 winner. So congratulations, Dalton Kilroy. He's going to get his wish, Rick. He's going to get to come up here and talk to us. Now he's only got to do it for the last 90 laps.
You know, Kilroy hasn't had much of a season, Chris. He's been having issues there with his engine department. They finally got it figured out. Had a really good race there last week until about towards the end. And that was kind of unfortunate for him. But out there, this is going to be a big confidence booster for him, I'm sure.
Yeah, everybody still, I mean, look, we're at the halfway point, and there's still people out there that are looking for confidence. And Dalton Kilroy may be starting to pick it up here. If he can swing that truck the other way around. It's been fast. That hasn't been a problem. It's been very, very fast all season long. But trying to hold on to that motor has been a challenge for the 24 team. And he never came down pit road, and we never got a chance to talk to him. We're going to have to make that up to him. Poor Dalton, he does all the hard work and doesn't get an interview.
Yeah, I mean, with the lights off on the pace car, Chris, definitely probably not the smartest thing. We'll catch up with him. We'll make sure to talk to the boy.
Dalton Kilroy going to be staying out on track. He did come in about 22 laps ago for tires and fuel, so the 24 able to keep going. Dakota Todd going to be starting second spot on the inside. Restarting in third spot, it's going to be the 39 of Jacob Sayers. The 10 to the outside, going to be starting in fourth spot. That's Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. The Butcher has found his way into the top 5, Rick, and we're about halfway through this race. And that's going to be very, very interesting. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin has not had the finishes that maybe he's deserved throughout this season. He may be looking for that to happen tonight. The guy that's been so dominant in this race, Jamie Walker in the 88, restarts this one in 8th spot, but the pace car has come off the track, and Dalton Kilroe gets the go-ahead from the crew chief. Says go, 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 and we are going.
And go, he definitely did, Chris. He opened up a huge lead right there. The number 8, Dakota Todd, didn't know what was going on, kind of sleeping a little bit. The 10, the Butcher, he moves up to second position. He did that because he was watching very closely on that 24 when he saw the 24 take off. So into Butcher. Got Kyle Wellman in the number 46 Dr. Squatch machine. That's the Pine Tar truck. I love Pine Tar, man. It works good. Jacob Sayers in the number 39. He's sitting in 4th, another Squatch brother. And if I'm not mistaken, that is the Crisp IPA truck.
Speaking of crisp, here comes the 88 of Jamie Walker. Walker with a head of steam. He is blasting through this field. He restarted in 8th spot. He is already in second position, the 88 with those fresh tires, looking to try and put the field on notice. And he is running in second spot right now, Rick. He's 1.2 seconds behind your race leader, Dalton Kilroe. And Kilroe probably just took a peek in the rearview mirror, saw the green truck coming. He knows what's happening.
He definitely knows what's going on, Chris. And here comes the number 6. That's Derek Carlson. Another member of Dr. Squatch Racing in that other Pine Tar truck. He's kind of following Jamie Walker around.
Ian Habiak right now being scored in 5th spot. Ian was the stage 1 winner, currently running 5th spot. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin has fallen back to 6th position, Rick.
Another truck that's starting to make its way up through. That's number 8, Dakota Todd. He's on the inside of that number 39 machine, been kind of battling it out here for a little bit. Here comes the 86, Terry Foster. He's going to make it pretty wide right now, Chris, with these guys. Terry Foster said, hey, listen, you guys can play all you want, but I'm out of here.
Terry Foster with a huge aggressive move, not something we typically see out of the 86. Went 3 wide long enough to get by a bunch of cars, and now finds himself on the backside of the 10. Not for very long, though. Terry Foster up to 6th position. Oh, the 46 may be going around. Kyle Willman touches the wall. We're under caution, and the 46 comes to a halt. Quick caution, gonna say the 46 was involved. Gonna go back and take a peek, see if anything else happened there. So the 46 racing hard. Here comes Ashton Slice. The 46 kind of just gets in the wall. We're going to have to go back at a different angle and take a peek at that one, Rick, because a little inconclusive there, but he did have another driver right behind him. So we'll go back once again and take a top-down view. We are watching the black number 46 on the outside. He's got the 39 of Jacob Sayers behind him. Here comes Ashton Slice. Slice really just making his way through the 36. Caught the tail end of it, but it was definitely all on the 45. It looks like he got a little bit loose and touched the wall, and that caused everything to go to heck.
And what's kind of unfortunate, Chris, when the 46 came down, hit wall, he actually got into his teammate also, and that's going to be that's really unfortunate. Jacob Sayers there in the 39 machine, he went around also. Hard on that outside wall. The 39 came down. No other trucks involved, but whew. Oh, actually Hank Casson might have caught a little bit of that, and Brian Dees in the 17 also, if you do watch the 39 truck.
So a big one once again. Dalton Kilroe still out front. The 88 of Jamie Walker back out on pit road for just a moment. Not sure exactly what he's maybe taking fuel. He was only there for about 7 seconds in his pit stall, so that sounds like a fuel run to me.
Yep, getting a little splash. He did that there a couple races ago, Chris, and it actually worked out for him.
Top 10 shifting again, man. Yeah. Terry Foster getting some love. It's great. He's running in 4th spot right now. We're going to run down top 10. Dalton Kilroe is going to be your race leader in that number 24, but he comes down pit road. That'll give the lead over to Corey Sherman. Sherman's first lap led this race. Ian Habiak sitting in 2nd spot now. Terry Foster in 3rd. Kilroe coming down pit road. The 35 going to... Oh, it's all changing on me. Ashton Slice, excuse me, in the 68, going to be scored in 4th spot. Brian McRae in the 35 in 5th. Chris Williams in the 13 being scored in 6th position. Derek Paulson in the 6th being scored in 7th. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin in that 10 truck being scored in 8th position. Dakota Todd in the 8 truck going to be scored in 9th. And Jeff Hartline has cracked into the top 10, the 97 running in 10th position. So huge run right now for Terry Foster. Terry started deep in the field. He has managed to avoid a couple, and he is running in 3rd position right now.
He's definitely been doing some work, Chris. And then number 86, Kodiak Machine. He started this race in 21st, kind of hang out towards the back there a little bit. Now we're sitting in 3rd, so definitely a big night for a lot of people.
Just ahead of him, it's going to be Ian Habiak starting this one back up in 2nd spot. He's going to be on the inside. Corey Sherman electing to restart on the outside. As we go past the start-finish line, pace car lights should shut off this time through, and they do. So we're 1 lap away from restarting this one.
You know, Skittles, maybe that's part of the thing that he needs to do every week. Just not practice, go out there and have some fun.
All eyes on the 3 truck as he is your race leader. Going to restart this one on the outside lane. And Corey Sherman going to have that really awesome advantage of being the race leader. Gets to start when the pace car comes down or whenever he wants to before that start finish, the green flag line, I suppose. And we're heading down the backstretch, getting ready to go. Entering turn 3, it is the TRJkarting.com Blazing Pedals Truck Series. Again, brought to you by TRJkarting.com. If you haven't done it yet, please make sure to check out TRJkarting.com, the series sponsor. We really would appreciate it. Pace car off the field in the 3 truck. Corey Sherman hits the commit line, and he goes. Corey Sherman is your race leader. He's going to be followed by Ian Habiak and Ashton Slice. Terry Foster holding on to 4th spot. He could not defend against Ashton on that restart, but Foster now getting its 86 truck up to speed. Derek Paulson in the 6th is running in 5th spot. He's being followed by Dakota Todd, Terry the Butcher Benjamin, Dalton Kilroe in the 24, and Brian McRae, Chris Williams in the 13, rounding out the top 10. But here comes the 97 of Jeff Hartline. Hartline decides he wants to play. Goes down way low on that infield, the apron. And Hartline running in 10th position. Here comes Jamie Walker. Walker, who came down pit road just to get fuel. The 88 trying to march his way back forward. Up front again, it is Corey Sherman. He's opened up about a 0.6 of a second gap over Ian Habiak in 2nd spot. Ashton Slice holding on to 3rd for the moment, but Dakota Todd to the inside on the apron looking for a pass. Terry Foster watching it happen at a 5th spot. And Taylor, the Butcher Benjamin, looking like he may want to join the fray as he gets on the inside of Terry Foster. Foster now starting to go backwards just a little bit. And Taylor, the Butcher Benjamin, looking for fifth spot. He has it now. Now down to the inside of the 68 of Ashton Slice. Slice not able to defend on the outside. Taylor, the Butcher Benjamin, looking for fourth and more.
Dakota Todd takes over second from the 16, Chris, doing exactly what Taylor, the Butcher Benjamin, and that 10 machine doing right now, going way down on the inside of the number 16 right now. A little bit of a drag race. Ian's got the help of the number 8 being up there, got a little bit of draft, so it's going to be interesting to see what the 10 truck can do. The 10 right now going into the corner, gaining a little bit of speed. Right now he is actually clear of the 16, so he could move up if he wanted to. That's exactly what he does, as those guys go down towards the apron cross start finish line there.
The Butcher running in third spot. Dakota Todd running in second. Todd looking to try and close the gap on Corey Sherman. Sherman running out front. The gap back to second spot. 3/10 of a second and closing. Dakota Todd trying to put the pressure on the 3 truck. Top 3 trucks now in sight. And the 8 of Dakota Todd looking to try and take the lead. He does. Todd to the lead.
Bringing a lot of momentum from last week's win, Chris. That number 8 is looking fast out there. As you said, he takes over the lead right now. Exactly what he did kind of last week there. He kind of dominated, then he lost it, but then he was at the right place at the right time. Now here comes the Butcher in that 10 machine. He's looking on the inside of the number 3. These guys drag racing just a little bit. 10 goes down below the apron across the start finish line to take over that position. Now he's sitting in second.
Top 2 trucks driving very, very similar lines, getting very similar lap times out of themselves. So Taylor, the Butcher Benjamin, takes over second spot. Corey Sherman finds himself running in third in his 3 truck. Ian Habiak has slipped back to fourth and Ashton Slice into fifth, but Ashton goes down on the apron a little sooner than Ian does and gets a bit of a run coming back onto track. The 68 and the 16 running side by side, but not for long. Ashton Slice looking to try and get around the 16. The 16 defends on the top side, and Ian Habiak holds position. So Ashton thought he had a run to the inside, wasn't able to hold on, and falls back in line. Oh, the 88 of Jamie Walker hard into the wall. This one's not done yet. Jamie Walker, huge amount of damage. The guy who has dominated most of this race is very slow on track right now. Huge amount of damage out of the 88. Battle for fourth spot here. It's Ian Habiak holding on against Ashton Slice. Ashton cannot figure out a way to get around the 16 of Ian Habiak. Habiak won the first stage here tonight, and he has bolstered his confidence to a level we haven't seen yet. In the 16, holding on to fourth spot.
You know, Ian's being very smart. I'm sure under the direction of his dad, live spotter Tim Habiak, Chris, saying, hey, just stick with the number 3. You're going to hang on to his draft. And Ashton's not going to be able to do much with you, as we see the 16 starting to move up towards the back bumper of the number 3. Ian Habiak kind of peaking a little bit low.
The 16 is there, looking very good, and maybe trying to take over third spot from Corey Sherman. And Ian Habiak driving lights out right now. Rick, we know we're going to have green flag stops in this one, and I'm thinking it's going to happen in about 25 laps from now or so. And the question is, tires. Can the tires make it that distance?
Let's think. I mean, hopefully some of these drivers still have some. Ian Habiak tried to make a run there on the 3, wasn't able to complete it. Ashton Slice moves up behind the number 3. Right now, Ian under a little pressure there from Ashton Slice. Ashton actually has 4th position right now. Ian Habiak falls back into 5th. And it all comes down to that draft. That draft very important here at Kansas.
In 6th spot, it's the 6 truck, Derek Paulson. He's being followed by the 86 of Kerry Foster. Behind Foster, it's going to be the 46 truck, Kyle Wellman. Wellman running in 8th position with Jeff Hartline in the 97, right behind him in 9th. Dalton Kilroe running in 10th spot. And he is a little bit separated from the position 9 of Jeff Hartline.
That he is, Chris. The 88 of Jamie Walker sitting there. Finally get that truck back up to speed, sitting in 11th position. Behind him a little ways. That's going to be the 35, Brian McRae, in 12th. Philip Walling in the 48. He's sitting in 13th position right now. Ty Morosco a little ways behind him in the 1 in 14th position. Todd Hatcher running right now, that number 40 machine in 15th. Ty Morosco and Todd Hatcher, the first trucks, 1 lap down. Sitting in 17th position, Mark Johansson, he's sitting there in that 00. He is 4 laps down, sitting in 17th right now, trying to find his way back through, out there gaining the points that he needs.
Next truck on the list that's running, Rick, is going to be the 41 of Nick Rose. Nick Rose running 18 laps down, and the 41 Tide Ride got involved in one earlier on, and damage still very evident on that Tide Ride. Hank Caston involved in one of the very early cautions. He was on pit road for an extended amount of time. He's 46 laps down, running in 22nd. Aaron Bockover still on pit road, as is Chris Webb. Webb's repairs are done, but I'm sure he's just going to call it a night here, as he's been on pit road for about 54 minutes, 111 laps down. Dakota Todd, your race leader.
Yeah, I was just going to say, back up front, Dakota Todd, the race leader, and number 8, Chris, he's got one heck of a gap going on. I mean, we've seen this tonight. I mean, when the leader gets out there with that nice clean air, with some halfway decent tires out there, he's got over a 3-second lead right now in the car behind him, and that's the 10 of the Butcher. The Butcher trying to do everything he can to get caught up, but it's just falling back right now. That number 8 is looking very fast.
And a battle for third still continues amongst these 3 trucks. Corey Sherman, Ashton Slice, and Ian Habiak all looking for third spot. And they're bringing Derek Paulson into the party, as Paulson is running in 6th spot. So Corey Sherman doing a good job getting himself to the front of the field, and then really just kind of holding on to a top 3 run, as he is running in 3rd spot. These guys may be just running their laps right now, Rick, trying to feel out the truck on a long run. I'm being told 50 laps is about the fuel limit, although the tires do fall off around lap 30, lap 35 to lap 40, somewhere in there. The tires will fall off, so something to watch out for.
Definitely, especially these guys who are battling for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. I mean, these guys have been racing pretty hard, Chris, so you know that that's putting a little bit of extra wear on those tires. Right now, the 3 truck goes down on the inside, Chris. That's going to open it up for Ashton Slice on the number 68. The 68 goes around the 3. He might be bringing Ian Habiak with him.
I thought Ian Habiak was going to be in trouble because Paulson moved down, but no. The 16 just follows the 68, trying to get around the 3 truck, and Corey Sherman finds himself in 5th spot. Habiak has been a pretty solid top 5 truck since the end of stage 1. He used a tire strategy to win that stage, and ever since then, boy, he has been running lights out in that 16. Corey Sherman falls to 5th spot, Rick, but Derek Paulson now right behind him, and Paulson may be. Yeah, he does. He drops down to the inside. He's searching for a way to get around that 3 truck. Wasn't able to do it that time by. Oh, Corey Sherman gets in the wall, sparks flying. That may have scrubbed enough speed off. The 6 looks down to the inside. Can't quite get there, but does get to the back bumper of the 3 truck. This is for position. Corey Sherman in 5th spot. Paulson would love to be running in the top 5. Paulson drops down below the white line on the apron, looking for any advantage he can. He comes up side by side with the 3, and Corey Sherman maybe watching his top 5 disappear as the 6 lines up side by side. Oh no, the 68 of Ashton Slice goes around and somehow keeps it off from the wall, able to keep it going. Holy cow. I thought for sure he was going to pancake the side of that truck to the inside retaining wall. Somehow he managed to hold on to it and get himself back out on track. He loses some positions, but man, oh man.
Like he's going to be scored in 9th position, Chris. That gives 3rd spot over to the 16, TRJkarting.com Toyota Tundra to Ian Habiuk. And Ian's looking in his rear view. His dad's looking there. He's like, listen, those guys are going to be battling it out there behind you. So just use that to try to get some momentum going. Let them race and do what they have to do. Corey Sherman down on the inside, way down to number 3, sitting in number 4th position. Derek Paulson still trying to find a way to get around as they come through the front stretch there. The number 6 goes down below the apron again. Definitely gaining a little bit of speed down there, Chris, but not able to hang on to it as they enter turn number 1.
So Corey Sherman still defending position. Sherman running in 4th spot. Paulson in 5th now with Ashton Slice, little whoops, who had fallen back to 9th position. Terry Foster running in 6th position. He's kind of by himself. I mean, the 46 is behind him. Oh, the 46 mowing the lawn across the infield. And the 46 trying to woe it up so he can get back out on track safely. Can't do it. Now the 46 coming out. Oh, just in front of Bockover. Holy cow. The 46 going for a wicked ride, still trying to get back out on track. Bockover almost clobbered him when he was coming off from pit road. Oh, wow, what a run for the 46. Mowing the lawn, cutting the 44 off, and now finally sees himself going straight again. And Kyle Willman, what a ride for him.
You know, that gets kind of scary. I'm not exactly sure if he just kind of lost it, Chris, and then went down into the infield. But you know, when those tires hit that grass, they actually do lose grip. That was a few builds ago there with iRacing, with a new tire model that actually shows the grass and everything that gets stuck, the dirt and whatnot. So the 46 not very happy right now. He just kind of tapped the wall a little bit. Right now, he is sitting in 12th position, trying to get back up to speed.
Has to regain composure for sure. Meanwhile, Dakota Todd just marching through the field. He's got a 5-second lead over Taylor the Butcher Benjamin the Butcher. Holding on to 2nd spot. He's got about 7 seconds over Ian Habiuk. But Habiuk doing a good job out there, running 3rd. And he's kind of by himself right now, which is not a bad place to be when you're working lap 129 of 180. Tires are starting to fail.
And fail, they're definitely starting to do, Chris. But right now, the 2 trucks that are still battling it out, that's going to be for 4th position. That's the 3 of Corey Sherman and Derek Paulson in that 6 machine sitting in 5th. These guys have been battling it out lap after lap right now. The 6 still not able to get enough traction and momentum to get around the number 3 as he's looking on the inside right now.
Yeah, this deep into a run, it's very tough. If you get under the throttle a little too soon, well, we've already seen what happens. You go for a ride. So the 6 being very cautious about how he works the 3 truck, knowing that we still have at least one more pit stop to make here, and possibly a new set of tires, which will change everything. Pitting under the green here is going to change some stuff, Rick. It's going to be very, very interesting to start these green flag pit stops, as this stage has been absolutely wonderful to watch, very clean, and the 6 now setting up good on the 3. Can't quite get there for fear of losing control of the 6, so he backs off just a little bit, falls back in line. Not a bad move on Derek Paulson, just to let him know he's there, but not enough to try and spin anybody out.
Right now, Dakota Todd has a 5.483 second lead right now, Chris. So that's kind of scary there. When you know that these trucks have to come down and do some green flag pit stops, when you're out there that far, it makes you wonder. You know, is he going to miss a pit and let somebody else get in there? He's going to have to race around, try to figure out what he has to do. I'm sure he's definitely keeping an eye on that right now.
Top 12 trucks on the lead lap. Kyle Wellman in the 46. We just saw him go for a ride. He is the last truck on the lead lap, and the leader is starting to catch him, so he's got to get it going once again. But Dakota Todd really enjoying that fresh air as he has built up a solid lead, 5.6 seconds. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin running in second. You see the differential there as we saw Dakota go across the start-finish line, then Taylor the Butcher Benjamin 6 seconds later. Although that gap is starting to close, so maybe Dakota not liking the tires at this point in the run. He has been out there for about 35 laps, Rick. So these guys in the top two actually have some of the newer tires in the top five. Caution on the field. And I'm not sure exactly what it was, but the 6 is not in the same position I was expecting him. So we'll go back and look and see if that was him or not. So the 6 was battling with Corey Sherman in the 3. We knew that, and they were starting to catch the back bumper of the 16. That's Ian Havey at third. The 6 makes a strong move, but Rick, we were just talking about it. He got into the throttle a little too hard, and the 6 mowing the lawn. Comes back out on track, tries to save it, and around he goes back into the grass again, and couldn't keep it straight. Does manage to stay off the wall, so at least no damage to the 6, but man, oh man, that was tough. So that big lead that Dakota Todd had on Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, it's gone.
It's gone for sure, Chris. Lap 136 of 180. 9 cautions tonight. 2 of those are, well, one of those was for stage 1. Stage 2 happened under caution. So now it's going to be interesting. I have a really hard instinctive feeling that pit road's going to get kind of busy here.
Yeah, I think it might, as there's already a few trucks enjoying the services that can be found on pit road. Fuel and possibly tires. A full tank of fuel, Rick, will take them to the end of this race. The trick will be tires. When
you want to try
them.
to bring up the 24 Dalton Kilroe now that he's finished this?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah? All right. Driver the number 24, Dalton Kilroe. You got Rick and Chris up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Hey, we kind of missed talking to you there when you won stage 2, and we did it just because we wanted you to think that we didn't care, but we really do, man. So congratulations on winning stage 2, man. How's your race going so far?
It's going okay. Been trying to save tires, see what I can do. Just took second set of, I believe, 3 we have. So hoping there's a late race caution and I can slap on for Dr. Feelgood and take this.
Well, you know, it's been amazing watching you. I know the last few weeks actually since the beginning of the season, you haven't had really much luck out there, and that 24 looking good out there, man. So hopefully we'll be talking to you at the end of the race there.
Yeah, I agree. I hope I'm talking to you guys too.
All right, buddy. Well, hey, congratulations again on winning stage number 2, and good luck out there for the rest of the race.
Thank you.
That was the driver of the number 24 stage 2 winner, Dalton Kilroe. And Rick, very interesting. He still has another set of tires to go.
Yeah, actually, I kind of feel bad that he actually said that, because maybe he didn't want to let everybody know. I know a lot of drivers do listen to the broadcast, Chris, as they're racing, so don't give up too many secrets, buddy. Just don't blow the motor, and you're good to go.
Well, under this caution, one thing has changed, and that is the race leader. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin picks up the race lead as Dakota Todd comes down for service. Ashton Slice going to restart in second spot. Ian Havey at third. Corey Sherman in fourth. And Terry Foster running in the top 5, running 5th spot. Pit stop still happening, Rick. We're going to take a moment, take a quick break, and we'll be right back. And we rejoin the race back live under caution still. Pace car lights are off. We're heading into turns 3 and 4, so we're getting set to go back to the green flag. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin on the inside, your race leader. Ashton Slice to the outside, running in second. Ian Habiak third, and Corey Sherman in fourth place. Pace car dives down on the pit road, and Taylor the Butcher Benjamin mashes that go pedal. The Butcher with a good restart there, Rick, as he dives into turns 1 and 2 as the race leader, Ashton Slice. Very, very quick right now. Ashton Slice gets down low, maybe looking for the inside pass here on Taylor the Butcher Benjamin.
Ashton Slice, no stranger to being up front, Chris. Gets that number 68 around the number 10, but the 10 not giving up right now. Trying to do what he has to do there on the outside. Couldn't do it. Slides down into the inside of the 68 right now. Doing a good job. There goes Taylor the Butcher Benjamin to retake the lead. But the 68, Ashton Slice, not giving up quite yet. Doing what he has to do. He gets up to the back bumper, goes up high, which actually allows the 10 to gain a little bit more speed down through the corner as they come through the front stretch right now across the start-finish line. Both drivers go down into the apron. A lot of speed can be had right there. You gain a couple miles per hour, and that's huge right there. But right now, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, Dr. Squatch Racing brother, sitting in the lead. Just under 2/10 of a second lead right now on the 68. Ashton Slice trying to figure out what he has to do. Both drivers kind of driving somewhat the same line. Right now, the Butcher, he is able to hang on to it and lead another one there. Butcher goes down low. Ashton Slice stays high. One part of the good news is sitting in third position. That's going to be the number 35, Brian McRae. That is teammate to the Butcher. And then number 10, Brian McRae, trying to do everything he can do, trying to find that little bit of giraffe that's coming off of the 68 that far back, but right now not able to happen. Here comes Ashton Slice. Ashton Slice, the first one down into the apron, just like I talked about. You gain a little bit of speed there. Now you see the number 68 actually gaining a little bit of time there on the Butcher, but the Butcher, that number 10, Dr. Squatch, out of the state, truck doing a really good job. Entering the picture here, that's number 35, Brian McRae, Dr. Squatch Machine, trying to do what he has to do each lap, gaining a little bit on the 68. Not quite there yet, Chris, though. He does have a little bit of that draft now from the 68. The 68 and the 10 are in line. Here comes Brian McRae and the number 35. That can spell disaster for Ashton Slice. If the 35 is able to get around the 68, he can help his teammate out there.
Yeah, Brian McRae really starting to pour it on here in the last bit of this race. Lap 145 now of 180 being worked. But Rick, I'm more interested right now in, well, it's not that I'm more interested. I am very interested, though. And look who's running in fourth spot. It's Jamie Walker. Jamie Walker got in the wall, got some damage on the 88. Apparently, it is fixed, and the Duke crew doing a good job on pit road. He's back out there running in fourth spot. Dakota Todd right behind him, running in 5th. Taylor, the Butcher Benjamin, has worked very hard all night long to get to the front and now trying to hold on to it. Ashton Slice trying to figure out a way to get around, but he does have to think about Brian McRae because McRae, teammate of Taylor, the Butcher Benjamin, and Slice got to be careful. This could come down to drafting help just a little bit. The 88 firmly in possession of 4th. Now it goes down to the inside. This is a battle for 3rd. Now maybe a battle for 1st place as Ashton Slice working the outside. Taylor, the Butcher Benjamin, goes down low on the apron. They come out. Oh no, the 35 and the 8 collected. Brian McRae goes around slow on track. We're under caution. We'll go back and see what happened exactly, but I think we saw the 8 getting into the 35 there. So Jamie Walker with a huge head of steam gets down low. The 35 stays way up high. And Walker gets by the 35, and then it's the 8. The 35 actually tries to go down low. The 8 was there. And the 35 spins out into the wall, bringing out a caution here from Kansas. Not a huge amount of damage to the 35, but it looks like he did come down onto the 8. And that brought out the caution. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin running up front. Ashton Slice in 2nd. And Jamie Walker picking up 3rd spot. Then it's Todd and Corey Sherman rounding out the top 5. Brian McRae falls in line in 6th spot. Ian Habiak going to be running in 7th. Hartline in the 97 running 8th. Terry Foster holding on to the top 10, running in 9th position. And Don Kilroe in that 24 running in 10th spot. Now we know Don Kilroe has at least, no, not at least. He does have 1 set of tires left. Is this the time where he's going to come down and take advantage of that? It's only been about 12 laps, 13 now since he's been on pit road. And man, what a difference even 10 laps could make. There are right now 14 trucks on the lead lap, so he'd be giving up, make it 15 as one is getting his lap back right now. That's Todd Hatcher in the 40. But it'd be 15 spots to try and make up if he dives down on the pit road to get those 4 tires and a tank of fuel. So all eyes on Kilroe. We know that he has a set of tires out there. Not sure about most of the other drivers. Very, very interesting time of the race. We're on lap 149 of 180. It'd be a real shame to have a set of tires and not be able to use them. But Dalton's betting for another caution as he has maintained his position on track to 35. Looks like he may be getting the EOL, working his way back into the field. Or he may be coming down pit road, one or the other. McRae coming down pit road, as is Aaron Bockover. I'm going to go ahead and thank everybody once again for coming out and enjoying a Sunday night here with the TRJkarting.com Blazing Pedals Truck Series. I am your host, Chris, and I've got Rick up alongside me here in the Hammond Hotel.
Yeah, we can't say that enough, Chris. You know, we really appreciate you guys coming in and week out, supporting the Blazing Pedals, supporting Tim over at TRJkarting.com as he supports these guys. Great local business. Make sure you head on over there. If you're looking for t-shirts, sweatshirts, I can tell you right now, some of the best quality stuff I made, especially from a small business, man. I have no issues with the stuff that I bought. Tim's very cool to work with. He really cares about his customers and these guys out here on the track.
Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, Ashton Slice, Jamie Walker, your top 3 as we get set to go back under the green flag. Still waiting for those caution lights to turn off on the Ford Mustang iRacing.com pace car. Dakota Todd sitting in 4th spot. He's led some laps here tonight. Corey Sherman also led some laps. Sherman in the 3 truck, rounding out the top 5. Trucks are getting set to go back 2x2, so I expect that the caution lights are off and they are on the Ford Mustang. A packed house here tonight at Kansas with 30 laps to go, Rick. And here we are serving off another caution. And I was kind of watching during that whole caution flag, the 24, opting to hold on to that set of tires with 30 laps to go. I don't know. I'd hate to see this thing go green all the way, because I'd blow his strategy right out of the water. But the 24 are looking okay anyways. Trucks are lined up 2x2. They're parading down this track on the back stretch, getting ready to go back to the green flag. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, your race leader, opting to the outside. The 68 of Ashton Slice will restart second place on the inside. Jamie Walker, third place runner in the 88. He was very dominant early on in this race. Got into the wall a little bit and fell back quite a ways into the field. Has worked his way back up in the 3rd spot alongside Dakota Todd. Pace car drops off, and the 10 truck of Taylor the Butcher Benjamin mashes the go pedal. The 68 of Ashton Slice trying to hang with him. Can't quite do it. Jamie Walker holding on to 3rd. So everybody holding position in the top 4. As these trucks building up a head of steam, getting back up to full song. Working turn 3. And coming out of turn 4, down onto the apron goes your leader, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. Ashton Slice followed him down below that apron. He came off just a little sooner. Couldn't get a head of steam on number 10.
Well, you know darn well, Chris, Ashton Slice and the 10 both looking in the rearview mirror. They're seeing that number 88, the Duke crew. Just made a really good move there. Ashton actually bumped the 10 a little bit, lost a little bit of momentum. The 88 able to go around on the inside right now.
Very aggressive driving out of the 88. Jamie Walker trying to get herself up to the front once again. Really, really aggressive driving right now. Trying to get his way up there. And, you know, Rick, you have to do it. With 27 laps to go, you really have to start putting the aggression to it. And he is juking and driving. The 88 goes down low. He is looking to retake the lead. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin has a side of the 88, and he can't do it. Jamie Walker can't do it. He may be getting passed now by Dakota Todd. Down below the apron, across the start-finish line. Walker loses a position to Dakota Todd. Todd takes over 2nd spot. Ashton Slice watching it all happen from 4th spot.
Todd made a really good move there, Chris. He actually stayed with a 10 there, was able to use that draft to get around the 88, but here comes the 88 using a little bit of a slingshot move there. Got the draft off the 8, working on the inside right now. We'll see if he's able to do much. He's by himself down there right now, kind of even up with that number 8 machine. Here comes the 10, Taylor Butcher. He goes down below the apron, Chris. He uses that to gain a little bit more speed. And it looks like Dakota Todd able to hang on. Jamie Walker falling back down. He's got a little bit of pressure from the 68 Ashton Slice on the outside.
Oh, it could be a battle for the lead. Dakota Todd to the inside of the 10. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin not able to hang so far. The Butcher may be going down. He does. Butcher down to 2nd spot. Dakota Todd takes over the lead. While that was happening, Ashton Slice was completing a pass over Walker. Walker slides back to 4th spot.
Here comes the 16, Ian Habiak, sitting in 5th position, Chris. He was able to get around the number 3 truck. And that is a... where to go? Corey Sherman. Wow, what happened to Sherman there? He had a little bit of a blank there. Paulson and Kilrow were able to get around them. Dalton Kilrow sitting in 6th on the number 24 machine. The Butcher going back a little further now, Chris, as Jamie Walker able to get around him.
Taylor the Butcher Benjamin sitting in 4th spot. Ian Habiak right behind him. Habiak dives down to the inside. Ian Habiak looking to try and make a pass on Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. They're side by side heading into the corner.
Right now, Ian has it by about a half a truck, but here comes the 10 of the Butcher. The Butcher not giving up. Ian goes down below the apron to gain a little bit of speed. Ian Habiak takes over 4th position right now, but he's still under a lot of pressure from the 10 there. Kilrow on the 20. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, as they come out of the turn, it looks like Ian may have had ahead, but no. Taylor on the outside, holding on to the momentum, and as you were going to say, Dalton Kilrow starting to squeeze in.
And Kilrow using that draft that's so important here, Chris. He's able to get around the 16 of Ian Habiak to take over that position. Dalton Kilrow moves up to 5th position right now.
So Kilrow restarted with 30 laps to go in 10th position, has made his way back up in the 5th spot in the Turn 3 Racing Network Chevy Silverado, and he is on the back door of Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, the 24, really trying for a podium finish here. That would be a huge finish for him after the season he's had, Rick.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, all these guys are having a great night, Chris, and they all deserve it. I mean, they've been racing hard week in and week out, but it's really good to see some of these guys that, you know, normally have really bad luck, having good luck here tonight in Kansas. We only got about 20 laps left to go, so it's going to be a race to the finish. As this thing stays green, there's going to be a lot of drivers kind of wishing that they took tires, I think.
Oh, no doubt.
And the 24, he's working on the inside of the 10 machine. Here comes Derek Paulson in the 6. Derek Paulson able to go on the inside of Ian Habiak.
Paulson coming out of nowhere there, Rick.
Yeah, he had a really good run going there, Chris. He's moving up to the back bumper there of the 24. He's staying high. He's trying to stay with a 10 right now. And there goes the 6. The 6 is staying up. Here comes Dalton Kilrow on the inside of the 16, trying to hang on to that position. But right now with that draft working with the 10, Ian Habiak able to take it over. Ooh. 6 bumps the 24 just a little bit. 24 goes high.
Just by the scoring chart, Rick, right now, Derek Paulson, the fastest of those 4 trucks, just can't find a way around him.
It actually seems like he kind of backs off just a little bit there. He's got to make sure he hangs on to that draft, because those 3 trucks, if they run nose to tail, Chris, they're going to be able to pull away. But here comes Paulson. He found that draft. He's moving up to the back bumper of the 24. Right now, each truck is running pretty much the same line. We got 17 laps left to go. Looking at second position, Ashton Slice getting a little pressure from the 88. 88 about a half lane down, trying to peek in there on the inside. Those guys have been running nose to tail there for a few. I think they're just trying to catch up to Dakota Todd right now. Dakota Todd has about a 1.350 second lead right now from Jamie Walker. Jamie Walker making the pass on that 68. The 68 moves down on the inside, down below the apron. Trying to battle back and get second position back right now.
Ashton trying the crossover move, and it's looking pretty solid so far as they are side by side on the corner, but on the outside, Walker able to hold that momentum. The 88 gets away, and now he's got a 1.5 second gap to try and get to Dakota Todd.
Ian Habiak moves back into the 5th position. He goes around Dalton Kilrow, and Dalton and Paulson both trying to do something here. We might have some free ride racing back here, Chris. And the Butcher's loving it. He's like, you guys race ahead, and he gives me a little bit of room.
Oh, the 24.
Dalton Kilrow.
Yeah, it scrapes the wall just a little bit. That's going to allow everybody to go on by. And the 24 has to reset. Timer Roscoe saw it happen. He's on the outside. Timer Roscoe maybe trying to take advantage. Can't quite get there. The 24 back up to speed. 1.5 seconds is the gap between your race leader Dakota Todd and second place Jamie Walker. Ashton Slice holding on to 3rd spot. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin running in 4th, with Ian Habiak rounding out the top 5. Derek Paulson on Habiak's back bumper. $14 laps to go, Rick, and unless there's a caution, we've got a couple of packs that are racing for position, but your race leader, Dakota Todd, holding on to a lead. It has shrunk a little bit at one point, down to 1.3 now, back up to 1.6.
I'm still watching this battle between Morosco and Kilrow. I able to get around, takes over 7th position. Elton Kilrow falls back down to 8th. Right on the back bumper of that number 1. Kilrow trying to get that spot back. The Butcher, he is under pressure from the 16 right now. The 16 down on the inside. Gained a lot of speed as he went down below, but not enough. It looks like the 10's battling back out on the outside there. The Butcher retakes 4th position from the 16. Here comes Derek Paulson. Got a good run on the 16 right now. Moves down about a half the lane. Goes down on the inside of the 16. See if he's able to handle it here through the corner. These guys drag racing it out right now. And this is going to be for 5th position.
Kabiak was able to maintain 5th across the start finish line. Paulson still working the inside. And Derek Paulson may have a little bit of a steam. No, the 16 fighting back on the outside. Good battle here for 5th spot. Checking in on Jamie Walker, your 2nd place runner. He has got a 1.4 second gap up to the race leader, Dakota Todd. Ashton Slice is right behind him, though. Slice running in 3rd spot. If those two trucks could just get together, they might be able to chase Dakota Todd down. 10 laps to go.
Dakota Todd definitely happy with the truck there in that nice clean air. He's got no pressure out front, no pressure from behind, Chris. Just going out there for a Sunday night drive, man. Todd started this race in 4th position. Having a good job right now. His fastest lap was 30.363. His last lap was a 31.641.
Jamie Walker, after really doing a good job last week, not getting the finish he was looking for, Walker would be very happy with a top 3 to kind of rebound his season. As we get ready again next week, guys, keep us in mind. It's going to be the All-Star race right here for the TRJKarting.com Blazing Pedal Series. The All-Star race going to be really fun. We're going to have a 3rd up here in the booth. One Terry Foster deciding, hey, you know it would be really fun to join Chris and Rick up in the booth. He don't know. You'll learn.
He'll have some fun with this, man. He's out there running in 12th position right now. Was really strong there in the middle of the race, Chris. Kind of hanging back now. He's by himself. About 2.5 seconds behind the 35 of Brian McRae. Brian McRae doing a good job out there in that 35. He hasn't had the best of luck the last few races, Chris. He's sitting in 11th. Jeff Hartline, and very quiet tonight in that number 97. He is rounding out the top 10 right now, trying to catch up to the number 3 of Corey Sherman to maybe even take over another position there. Elton Kilrow and Ty Morosco. Morosco sitting in 7th, and then number 1 been very, very quiet here tonight, Chris. He started this race 5th, sitting in 7th right now.
And then we go back up to the 6th place runner. It's Derek Paulson. He has been following the 16 of Ian Habiak, running in 5th, and the 4th place runner of Taylor the Butcher Benjamin for many, many laps. Just can't seem to find a way around the 16. Ian Habiak having a fantastic night here tonight. One stage number 1, and right now running in the top 5, rounding it out. In fact, running 5th spot.
And you know, Ian, you've already won 1 stage, so let me just tell you, bud, you're only 1 away from being better, actually 2 away from being better than Jimmy Johnson. I'm just saying, Jimmy did win a stage today in the real life Pocono race. Only the first or second time that he's won, so good job, Ian. You're almost there, bud.
In 3rd spot is the 68 of Ashton Slice. Slice has been behind the 88 for quite some time, but the 88 of Jamie Walker starting to reel in. Your race leader of Dakota Todd may have caught some of the draft, as the gap now less than half a second for the 88 to try and catch your race leader Dakota Todd. 4 laps to go, Rick. and this one is not done yet.
Well, looking at the lap times, Chris, the last lap for the number 8, Dakota Todd, 31.978. Last lap for Jamie Walker, 31.644. So definitely catching the draft and getting up there. That 88 is fast.
What we've seen all night long is you're able to catch the guy in front of you, but it's tougher to pass him. And that's something that Jamie Walker is going to have to do very, very quickly, because we've got 3 laps to go. The 8 out front of the 88. Todd over Walker right now, but Walker really starting to reel him in now, 0.2 of a second. Jamie Walker to the back bumper, Rick. Oh no, Walker into the wall, and that's going to do it for him tonight, as Jamie Walker was right on the back bumper of the 8, and now, oh no, gets back out on track. This is bad. This is very, very bad. Caution comes out. We're going to have a green-white checker as the 88 couldn't control the slide, comes back out on track. Oh boy.
Wow.
This one is not done yet, Rick, as the 88 comes back out on track, and out comes the caution flag. And we're going to end up with a green-white checker.
This can be huge, Chris, because you know that there's a few drivers out there that still have tires.
Stay tuned. If you thought this one was exciting so far, you haven't seen anything yet. As we get set to go to the green-white checker, Jamie Walker spinning it out late, making slight contact with the wall as he was starting to set up Dakota Todd for a battle for the lead. Walker touches the wall, goes through the infield, comes back out onto the track backwards, couldn't stop the momentum of the truck. And Walker right now being scored in 10th spot. We're going to go to green-white checker.
Bill's out there talking about being on the edge of her seat. I'm not even in my seat right now, Chris. I'm actually standing up. This is one of the good things about having a long mic boom.
Looking to try and get this race done. And I am going to tell you right now, up in the top left-hand corner, it says final lap. That is not accurate, as Dakota Todd is your race leader.
These drivers are going to have at least 3 chances at a green-white checker, Chris, but I doubt they're going to need it. This is going to be real fun, real interesting.
Anybody out there going to take the gamble on tires? We're going to find out. Dalton Kilroe coming down pit road. He is taking that gamble, wants those tires. And it may be a decider in this one, man. Jamie Walker coming back out on track. That is going to change everything in this race, I believe. Got Dalton Kilroe, Brian McRae, Philip Walling, Kyle Wellman, all out on pit road. And I presume they're all 4 taking a set of tires.
I mean, if my information's right, Chris, Dakota Todd has about 44 laps on his tires. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin 45, along with Ian Habiak have 45. Derek Carlson 40, 44. Ashton Slice 46. So it's going to be huge for these guys that are coming out here taking tires.
Yeah, and if you have fresh tires at this point in the game, you are going to be an absolute god out on the track. You're going to be able to stick it wherever you want. Those inside passes that are very, very tough late in a run, forget about that. That's not going to be a problem if you have 4 new tires. You're going to stick it to the inside. You're going to push the pedal down. The truck is going to stick, and you're going to go around cars.
And that's how those guys won both stages, too, if you remember, Chris. I mean, Ian Habiak, he went out, he got new fresh tires. He was able to take over stage 1. Kilroe did the same thing. Well, this is going to be huge, man. I can't wait.
Dalton Kilroe right now being scored in 10th position. He's going to be the first one. Oh, make it 11th. Well, I guess I'm not going to say anymore because the field's changing just a little bit as trucks are moving around here. If this holds true, though, Dalton Kilroe will be starting in 11th position. Rick, that's the inside. You couldn't ask for a better restart when you have 4 fresh tires.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, we saw it there in stage 2. He was able to put that truck, no matter where he wanted, and that thing, like you said, man, just stuck. So, it's gonna be real interesting. Terry Foster having a good night though. He moved up from that caution. He was in 12th. Now he's in 9th position. So having a good run there inside the top 10.
And Jamie Walker was able to get back out on track, but self-spin EOL has to go back to the end of the field. The only guys that are going to be behind him are guys that came down pit road, Rick. So a tough break again for Jamie Walker, currently being scored in 13th position.
Kittles, what he did is he actually tapped the wall just a little bit, scrubbed some speed, and he actually went down into the infield. He was able to hang on to that truck, but he did spin it out there a little bit. When you get back on that back on the racing surface, it is very slick. So that is quite unfortunate there for Jamie Walker and the Duke crew.
Well, we line it up once again, Rick. Pace car lights are off. We're getting side-by-side action. And these guys are getting ready for the first attempt of a green-white checker. I'm going to go ahead and remind everybody that scoring during the green-white checkered a little bit different. So the top of the screen, you can't really rely on it too much. We're going to stay within the top 3 if at all possible.
Jamie, you didn't ruin it, man. We feel really bad for you, man. That 2 weeks in a row, that is just tough.
So the only time the scoring will update is when the cars come across the start-finish line, Rick. This is important to know. Because just because you don't see somebody moving doesn't mean they're not. Pace car dropping off. Dakota Todd wasting no time. He is gone. Oh, spin out of the 16. And the 68 goes around. And 1 goes around. Big time trouble. Caution should come right back out. It does. First attempt, green-white checkered, no go. And that all started with the 16. He spun his tires, those old tires. No friend here in Kansas. We're going to go back and take a look at that one real quick. So a couple of things happening there. I got to back it up just a little bit further. So we're watching Ian Habiak, who was on the inside second row. He had Ashton Slice right behind him. So the 8 takes off, the 16 spins, the 68 also spins, blinks, gets into the 1, and that's what causes the caution. The 68 not even being shown on track at the time, and the 1 goes for a ride. Nothing you can do about that. And the 16 has a little bit of an issue with those old tires, and that's what started the whole thing. A big chain reaction here under the first attempt at the green-white checkered.
Just checking Facebook live feed, Chris. I see Ian Habiak Racing saying 5 to go, running 5th on old ass tires, so he knew.
Ashton Slice still not on track. That blink may have been a disconnect. As the 68 not even showing up on the scoring chart right now.
No, you're absolutely right, Chris. That is what I'm getting from race control. Ashton Slice out of the race.
So this changes things yet again as we are now working green-white checker attempt number 2. And here we are with Dalton Kilroe, Rick, up to 8th position. Terry Foster up to 7th. Philip Walling and Brian McRae rounding out the top 10. But it's Dakota Todd's race right now. He is the race leader. He's got Taylor the Butcher Benjamin behind him. Derek Paulson, teammate of Taylor's, running in 3rd. Ian Habiak on that last restart fell back 1 position to 4th on those old tires. Jeff Hartline in the 97, going to be running in 5th spot with Corey Sherman right behind him. Again, that brings us to Terry Foster in the 86, running in 7th spot. Dalton Kilroe in 8th position, has those fresh tires, but he needs a run to be able to use them. Under the lights, yet again here in Kansas, this race has been nothing short of exciting for the entire thing. Since the drop of the initial green flag, Rick, there's been action all over the track. And
you're absolutely right. There's a lot of tension out there, Chris, right now. I know there is. There's a lot of tension out there in chat right now. Want to see these things. So I have a special guest up here in the booth who just has a few words to say.
I'm Ricky Bobby. Don't chew Big Red, then you.
Get it done, boys.
You know you've made the big time if Ricky Bobby's stopping into your broadcast.
I had to. I've been holding that button all night, brother. Well, this is going to be real interesting, Chris. I mean, we have one more shot after this for a green-white checkered if anything happens now. We talked about it. Those old tires, very slick. These guys have to be very easy on the throttle, but it's hard when you have this much excitement going on. You want to try to get that truck up to speed. We know that it takes at least a lap and a half to get these things going.
Yeah, so here's the thing. If you don't drive in this, you may not know this, but normally on fresh tires, you're going to restart your truck in 2nd gear. When you have these older tires, you're probably going to put it in 3rd gear, and you cannot wind the truck up. You start getting that truck in a higher RPM range, that power band comes in, and that truck will go sideways, and I believe that's exactly what happened to Ian Habia. Got a little excited on the throttle, and it started going sideways on him, and then the rest, as they say, is history.
That's the tough thing for a driver to remember, because, I mean, you know, you want to go as fast as you can, but it's just, I mean, especially with these trucks, Chris, I mean, you might be able to get away with it with a B car or the A car. A little bit, not as much here with the trucks, though, so that was quite unfortunate, but Ian Habiak still sitting there in 4th position. I think he might have learned his lesson.
Tim Habiak, if you have any extra Pepto-Bismol, you might want to send up a little bit to Vermont, because my stomach is on edge right now. And my rear is also on edge. The edge of my seat, Rick. This thing is awesome. I cannot wait to do the post-race interviews. These guys are going to have some stories from this race.
Yeah, they definitely are.
Dakota Todd going to be up top in position, starting on the inside. We've seen a lot of leaders starting on the outside, so interesting choice right there to begin with. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin going to be restarting 2nd place on the outside. His teammate Derek Paulson going to be restarting 3rd on the inside. Ian Habiak restarts 4th. Jeff Hartline 5th. Corey Sherman 6th. Terry Foster 7th. Dalton Kilroe on the outside in 8th. Again, he's the first truck out there with fresh tires. Philip Walling in the 48 going to be restarting in 9th. Brian McRae rounding out the top 10 in his 35 on the outside. And now we see the 3 truck blinking just a little bit, Corey Sherman. Some exceptional racing going on here tonight under the 2nd attempt of the green-white checker. When the pace car drops down, they'll take the green, and then a white flag, and then a checker. Dakota Todd, wasting no time, takes off. Much better restart this time for these guys as they separate just a little bit. Dakota Todd up front. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin running 2nd. And in 3rd spot, it's going to be Ian Habiak. Habiak able to take away 3rd from Derek Paulson on that restart. So a much better restart out of the 16 camp. Here comes the 24 to the inside, keeping it up towards the front. Dakota Todd looking for that white flag.
Look at Kilroe go, Chris. I mean, he goes around Jeff Hartline in that number 97. Now he's going by Derek Paulson in the 6th machine. Is he going to have enough time? That's going to be the question. 10 slows up just a little bit. Here comes the 24, Chris. 24 going by the 16 and the 10. 16 kind of left hang out. Oh, there we go. He moves down. Here comes Brian McRae in the 35. Brian McRae working with a 16 right now.
Race for the lead, Rick. The 24 taking over the lead. The 24 has the race lead at the line. The 8 goes sideways. Ooh. Holy cow. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know if you guys are excited yet, but my heart is pumping. Dalton Kilroe coming from 8th spot to take the victory home. Dakota Todd 2nd, and Brian McRae being scored in 3rd spot. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin ending up in 4th. Ian Habiak with a solid top 5, 5th spot. Corey Sherman 6th. Jamie Walker able to get back up in the 7th spot. Philip Walling 8th. Jeff Hartline 9th. And Todd Hatcher going to round out the top 10. Then it's Derek Paulson, Terry Foster, Kyle Wellman, and Ty Morosco running out the top 14. Unbelievable finish. Congratulations goes out to Dalton Kilroe. He has worked so hard for this one, Rick. And it comes down to tire strategy late on in the race. Guys, we're going to step away for just a moment. We're going to set up some post-race interviews, and we're going to call it a night here from Kansas. What an absolutely stunning race. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And Rick, we are back live here at the end of one incredible race. It took 2 green-white checkered attempts to get this one done. And man, what a race it was. We're getting ready now to do those post-race interviews, Rick. And I think you caught up with 3rd place finisher Brian McRae.
Brian McRae, driver of the number 35 Dr. Squatch Racing Machine. You got Rick Chris up in the booth. Got a copy.
Yeah, 10-4. How's it going, boys?
Oh, man, it is going great. Congratulations on coming in 3rd tonight with a hard-fought finish, man. Tell us a little bit about your race.
Well, you know, it was I was pretty fast out right off the truck, and was really trying to be conservative. I did not take tires after the second stage, and so I had an extra set, and I let my second to last set go for a good long time, and fell about a half lap back, and then the cautions fell just like they needed to. So I was one of the I think 2 people that had a set of fresh tires for that green-white checker.
That is just awesome, man. Well, hey, congratulations. Now, you are the competition director. Usually we talk to you, so now is a good time to do that before we get into the things, man. Is there anything you want to say about tonight's race?
You know, I thought it was a great race. We had some cautions. I think we, about more than we wanted to, I think. But the cautions that I saw were racing incidents, and I think every week we're getting to know each other better. Every week we're getting to get used to racing around each other. And what I saw was a lot of close and tight racing in there at the end. That was one hell of a finish. So that's just kind of show we want to put on for you guys.
Well, it was just amazing on what was going on. I mean, I think the race went very, very well. Honestly, there was a lot of good racing. These guys doing a fabulous job. So I would definitely be happy about tonight.
Yeah, likewise.
All right. Well, is there anybody? I know that you got people to thank on that number 35 machine. So who do you got?
Oh, absolutely. Of course, I want to thank Dr. Squatch Soap. You guys know how big, great of a partner Squatch has been for us. I want to thank my teammates, Derek Paulson. I want to thank Taylor Butcher Benjamin, and a couple of brand new ones tonight, Kyle Wellman and Jacob Sayers. I want to thank them both, all four, for running with us tonight. And everybody else, man, my fellow drivers on the track, y'all did a great job, and I think we put on one hell of a show. So we'll see y'all next week.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations once again.
Appreciate it, fellas.
And that's the driver of the number 35. That is Brian McRae, Daddy Squatch, as we like to call him sometimes. Hey, finishing in second place tonight, it was Dakota Todd, and Dakota had a hell of a run here tonight. Dakota, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, buddy, first of all, thank you for staying in your truck. And secondly, what a race for you, man. You had this one on lockdown right up until that last green-white checker, and you had to know something big was going to happen there. Why don't you take me through that last, the second green-white checkered?
Yeah, I had no idea up until that one that Dalton went and took tires, so I knew I just had to do everything I could to hold on to the top side. I didn't really want to run down there and try blocking him. I knew either way I was either going to get wrecked or rather finish second.
You know, and finish second you did, man. That was a heck of a good race. You put on a clinic there for a good long time. Those caution flags at the end kind of did you in. Up to that point, I don't think anybody was touching you, and you probably don't either.
Yeah, it was good. I had early trouble playing catch up most of the night. Once I got back up there, I felt like the cautions wouldn't have come out. I definitely would have had that one.
All right, bud. Well, listen, anybody on that 8 truck that you need to thank tonight?
I just want to thank Tim and Ian at TRJ Karting for sponsoring the series.
That's perfect, bud. Congratulations once again. Bringing it home in second place tonight, Dakota Todd.
Thank you, sir.
And that was Dakota Todd. That leaves us with one more to talk to. Second time tonight we got a chance to talk to him. Dalton Kilroy in the number 24. Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
10-4, boys. We did it.
Oh, yeah. That was last minute.
Congratulations, bud. Listen, it has been a very up and down season for you. Finally scoring that race victory. Why don't you take me through that last couple of laps, because you were a man on a mission.
When we had that first green-white checkered, I was like already feeling it. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna happen, because my strategy, like I do for most of the season, is I save a set for like if there's a late race caution, then I'll be able to do kind of what I did tonight. And I was like about to jump out of my chair, because when that caution came out, it was like perfect timing for me. I got the fresh tires, somehow avoided the wheel spin incident, and then was lucky to get to the bottom there, going into 1, and then just floor it.
Well, you ended up bringing the 24 home in victory lane, and then you got out of your truck, Galton. So I know you haven't had a chance to do this a lot this year, bud, but if you stay in the truck, I could have showed it off a little bit. That black number 24 with the Turn 3 Racing Network on it, man, it was looking good. I told you black was going to do it for you.
And I appreciate the suggestions. Is there anything else you guys want me to add to the truck? Maybe make it a little faster?
I think you need to add a winner sticker to it.
There you go.
If only we had one. If we had one, boom, on the scheme.
Man, it was looking good. Anybody else out there, bud, that you need to thank?
I gotta thank everybody I was racing with at S&M Motorsports. I gotta thank Ty Morosco, Blake Decker, Philip Walling, Nick Rose, and Brian Dees. We all work on our strategies throughout the race and converse and try and race each other a little bit cleaner. And I gotta thank all the other admins for what they do, mainly Mark, Sam, Brian. Those guys, they're all like hunched over the league, just like nitpicking everything, but they do it with a passion that makes this league so great. And obviously you guys for the broadcast, because every week you guys kill it. You guys absolutely kill it.
Well, thank you for that, bud. And speaking of killing it, that's exactly what you did tonight. Congratulations once again for bringing that 24 home. You can hear the excitement in your voice. Go out there and celebrate, bud.
Thank you.
And before you do that, before you go, okay, I know you want to go partying. I understand that, okay? And I know Chris wants to go to bed because he's old. But I know within 30 seconds of us shutting down the broadcast, you're going to be posting everywhere on Facebook about the race. You do it week in and week out, man. But what I want you to do is I want you to take a really, just sit back and enjoy the win. Make sure you promote yourself very well, man. So congratulations. We're happy for you.
Thank you.
All right, Dalton Kilroe, he ended up winning the race tonight. What a finish. Rick, it couldn't have gotten any better than that.
No, man. I mean, Kansas, it's one of those tracks that I love, Chris. I mean, you know me. I love the big tracks. And these guys put on one heck of a show tonight. I mean, it was amazing from the drop of the green flag all the way to the end to the checkers, man. So what a great night to be here with you in the Hammond Hotel, bringing all the action here on the Turn 3 Racing Network of the Blazing Pedals TRJkarting.com Truck Series, man. It was great.
Yes, it was. And until next time, guys, we'll catch you right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you very much for coming out and enjoying a race on a Sunday night. We'll see you next time.
Good night.